Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to At the Shop, where we have so much oil on our clothes, the U.S. Army's building a base across the street. I'm joined with our host, Raf. What's going on, Raf?
We're sitting here laughing at the stupid intro you just did, but I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I came prepared today.
We got four hosts today. We got Joseph Coney over here on the mic. Raf, myself. I'm an alcoholic. We got Nelson Dog over here, otherwise known as N-Dog. And then we got Chasen, our local VIP insurance agent.
I prefer to go by white privilege, actually. And for the record, I have no oil on me to maintain that white privilege status.
It's true.
His insurance reflects the white part of that.
Stupid.
I.e. low rates.
Fuck,
We can't even open like
fuck,
that.
dude, I can't.
Oh, no.
I think I could handle that.
I'm good with that,
This
dude.
is already bad.
All right, Joe, so
So what's going on? How you guys doing today?
I'm fucking exhausted.
Busy all the time.
We get scammed all the time.
Why don't you go into what you do?
I get scammed.
Well, we established that.
No, that's a true story. No, I actually own the shop that we do the podcast at the shop, live. Oh, hold on. Forgot about that.
Now we're recording.
Now we're really
Now we're
recording.
live.
Yeah.
But I own High Country Performance here in Prescott, and we do all kinds of cool things. As N-Dog knows, he's one of my best customers, and I do think he's a very good friend of mine as well. So we handle anything from basic repairs and oil changes to literally swapping things and engines into things that shouldn't ever be, like the BMW atrocity over there with an LS and a $4,000 and a 6-speed transmission and a turbo soon.
Maybe turbo soon.
But, so I own this business, this company, and this is where we do all the fun stuff of, hanging out, recording, and talking shit on the podcast.
And being closed at 5 o'clock.
Well, this is awkward. Hey, Shay, can you go see who's at the door?
Go ahead and cut this out, please.
Yeah. We'll take 5 here.
Yeah.
All right. Uncut. Right there.
Yeah, we're back.
Anyways, sorry for that delay there. Apparently closing at 5
you
doesn't
won't
mean
notice
closing
it.
at 5.
It'll be a snap cut. You wouldn't have even had any time pass at all. But for
5
us,
minutes later.
yeah. For you, it was instant. For us, it was. This is actually the next day. We're recording this on Saturday.
Yeah, welcome back. It is Saturday now. It took us many hours to open the door.
It's a nice radio voice.
Ooh.
Radio voice. So I'm Nelson. I own Coachworks Mobile Detailing, where I don't just do mobile detailing. I also have a shop space where we do professional things like ceramic coating and paint corrections, making cars shiny for a living.
And Brazilian waxes.
I do Brazilian waxes
On
for
the side.
cars as well, but not for people.
I'm Joe. I'm Roth's employee. I do Brazilian waxes for people. It's kind of a side gig. I make extra money here and there, but we are not licensed.
I don't condone anything
So
kind of out
I
of his mouth as an employer, FYI.
So actually, I do. I work in the shop with Roth and actually next door for the other shop. I've been doing it about a year now, and it's okay. But Roth likes to follow me around with a leather belt.
So believe it or not, actually, Joe is for only doing this for a year. Joe's probably like the one exception to young people just getting started in this career that actually gives a shit about what they do. Because most of the kids that are about his age group, which, I mean, I'm not much older than you, but I'm still old.
How
I'm
old
younger
are you?
than you guys, so yeah. He fits into that category of
How
young
old
kids
are
who
you?
don't
Thanks for
want to.
putting that on me, Ricky Bobby.
But he literally falls in the category of like young kids just getting into this career that do give a shit about what they do. And
Get out while you can. Stop it. Stop.
don't listen to him. Don't
Run
listen
away.
to him.
But I grew up like everybody else.
Please stay.
I watched Fast and Furious. I watched the British Top Gear, American Top Gear. Fucking sucks.
I mean, okay. It sucks, but it's still a decent watch if you're just drunk. Okay,
Well,
Rest
yeah,
in
but
peace, Grand Tour.
yeah.
for real. But so Joe's like that exception in this world full of like really bland employees and candidates, to where he shows up on time, he actually does work. I can leave him alone and tell him, hey, you need to do this and figure it out. And he'll figure it out. If he doesn't know, he asks questions. But he's got a drive and like can use logic, which a lot of people can't in this business, to put things together.
I'm always trying to learn.
And that's the truth. Anybody can just turn wrenches, nuts and bolts. It's all the same at the end of the day. But the logic behind it is what makes it special. Why is this broken? Why does this go here? How does this work? And not a lot of people can get that down, unfortunately. And that's what separates the men from the boys, or the girls from the gals in the automotive industry.
I also do Brazilian waxes too. I want to reiterate that.
God.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is kind of a lost art nowadays. Is people? Well, Brazilian waxes for one, but
Oh no,
being
art
a
is here to
mechanic.
stay.
Being a mechanic and an actually effective one, it's you go to most places now and they will do bad work, and your car will most likely leave in worse condition than it arrived.
And now, disclaimer, I'm not saying I'm a god or great at this by any means. I've spent so much of my life devoted to this and unfortunately sucked back into it many times, to where you trial and error so many times, you learn from these things. You kind of just learn how things work really well, which really helps you out. In some cases, like I said, we're not the best shop. We're not perfect, but we damn sure try to explain with honesty and integrity what is wrong with your car or why it needs fixed. Other than just saying, "Oh, you need this. Goodbye."
Yeah, and honesty goes a very long way. I have had experiences with a lot of other shops where they are not honest, and they will try to find a loophole to fixing the issue at hand. And, at the end of the day, the issue's not fixed because they just don't care enough to actually address it. And then there's shops that are extremely good, but then they get overconfident in their work, and then they start doing bad work, which I've seen too.
Yep.
I'm not going to name any names, but there's a lot just here in the state of Arizona where people are like, "Oh, that's a great big name. Like, they have to be good," and they may have been good
At one point.
The big problem here is, and you see this a lot with some of the older guys who are still in the business, is they own a shop of some sort. They've been doing it for 40, 50 years, and that's all they know how to do. And they really just do get to a point where it's burnt out. They can't find good help. Their bodies have taken a toll on them, and they just don't care anymore. They just want to, "Oh, you need this. Give me your money. I'll make it work. Go away." And unfortunately, that's what you find a lot in the smaller towns.
Yeah.
Some of the more reputable places get to a point where like they were great for 10, 20 years, and then changing of the guard comes, and the next person doesn't want to do as much work, or the owner sells out because they're just tired of it. I mean, that is the issue.
Well, and I was going to say, we had just had a car that came in. It was a Honda Odyssey. It needed a timing job. They had quoted the guy for catalytic converters.
Oh,
And he brought it in, paid him, I think it was like a $3,000 job or something like that.
is this one with the check engine light?
Yeah, that was with
yeah,
the check engine light. So this guy comes in, and we're getting work done on it, and the check engine light won't even come on when you hit the accessory. Like, not even starting the engine.
That is a major red flag for all of you listeners and viewers.
So
if the check engine light doesn't come on when you turn that key and don't start the car,
yeah, and you get
somebody's done some diddling.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a Christmas tree when you first hit your key before you start the engine. And that's a little odd. So, either the bulb's burnt out, which never happens, by the way. My tire pressure light has been flashing for the last year and a half now.
I mean, that's kind of normal in those Tacomas.
I'm not paying $60 per tire pressure sensor, but anyway, we get this gauge cluster pulled out and trying to figure out what was going on. The previous shop that charged this guy $3,000 for new catalytic converters, never did them.
Yeah, they actually were still stamped with the original Honda OEM part number on there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look like they even cut them and welded them.
Didn't
they just
touch
look factory welds on these
So
things.
they paid what, $3,000?
Almost $3,000. I think it was like $38 or something.
Yeah, it was
$3,000 to essentially remove a light bulb.
Yes. So no,
Exactly,
it gets even better. So this local shop, we're not going to name, but this customer would invite this, the shop owner to his house personally to have dinner with the family, and I think the church, wasn't it? It was something to do with the
he's
church.
a pastor.
Oh yeah, he's a pastor for for the guy who owns the shop.
Jesus is
I mean,
angry.
Yeah, Jesus is
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
fucking shaming you for that guy. Just if you hear this, he's
But yeah.
fucking shaming you if
Oh,
you
yeah.
believe in God.
Well, and so we pull this gauge cluster to get this figured out, and the light's not coming on, so we pull the whole cluster apart, and we get underneath where you see like all the numbers and stuff, where
The PCB
where,
boards?
yeah, where your needle moves and stuff. The numbers and stuff you actually look at is just like a
It's an overlay. It's all it is.
it's like an overlay. It's like a plastic cover that sits over it, and the light bulbs are behind it. They wadded up like a drink straw wrapper, wadded it up into a little ball, and just tucked it right in front of that check engine light. So
Yeah,
it never
no
came
joke.
back on again.
No joke. Like somebody took the time.
Yeah, we took a video of it.
Yeah, like took the time to tear apart this cluster, put a piece of tissue essentially in
Left the
front of
cats
it.
completely alone.
Yeah, and they literally put a piece of tissue paper in front of the light for the check engine light.
Piece of shit. Just gonna say that, piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that again goes back to like you've been doing it for so long, you're just tired of it, and there's no way out of the ordeal because you don't know what to do.
Or you just suck and you're trying to scam people out of it. I mean, that's literally a scam.
I mean,
He paid for the cats to be replaced.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem. Like, if a shop won't take 5 minutes and explain to you how things work in a very simple way, they don't know how it works. Simple as that. If somebody cannot explain to you what they just repaired and why they repaired it, they don't know what they're selling you. And that's the problem you're going to find with a lot of places that have been doing this for a while. Is they either get burnt out or they just hire help that they can just get and nobody knows what they're doing.
Or care whether or not the customer has to come back and get more work with them.
And unfortunately, people don't take the time to question repairs and or look over their cars. They just drop it off. They pay the bill. They take it home, and they don't ever look because the blinders are on.
Well, and I've always said for a really long time, and for you listeners at home, learn how to change your own oil. It's easy to just drop your own oil, do your own oil filter. It's really quick. Learn how to reset your oil light.
Just don't start on a Mercedes or BMW or like
No,
a really high-end
but-
car because it might be a little hard to do at
I'm
first.
going to disagree with that as white privilege over here. Pay a shop like Raph to do it. Don't get dirty. It's not worth it.
Show the
The-
viewers
the
your
point-
nails. Look at that. Look at that. He's got the cleanest fucking nails
yeah.
on the
But
planet.
the irony is I do work. I have a BMW, so I do have to work on it myself.
The
'cause
point
I can't
is
afford
that-
you. But
The point I'm trying to make is that when you're regularly underneath your car, you get to know it better. Oh, what's this leak doing here? That wasn't there before. When you're underneath it, every other oil change, or even every oil
Why is
change.
my catalytic converter missing after parking out at Walmart for 24 hours?
Oh, I'll tell
My
you why.
exhaust sounds different, huh? Weird. I'm just
little
gonna keep
odd.
going.
Speaking of that, I remember, sidetrack. Years ago, I used to work at a local dealership, and one of the cars that got traded in was a Prius. And we got traded on a Friday, and we go to move it on a Monday, and immediately we started. Just this thing is so fucking loud. It sounds like a tractor, and we're like, "Oh, somebody actually stole the cats off this thing." So that was
Doing
like
the Lord's work.
yeah. So like the first thing I was like, "Oh, somebody actually took the cats off." So I'm like, "I'm gonna rip this thing in the parking lot" because I've never heard an uncat Prius. I'm like,
you
screw
have
it.
to.
Let's
That's
go.
an opportunity.
I'm like, fuck it, let's go try it. But
what Raph is saying there is he's never been to Los Angeles.
unfortunately, I have. I kind of blend in with the crowd, if you can't tell. The CD type. But that was the first car they hit that week. By the end of the week, like all the box trucks got hit, all the brand new trucks got hit. I was literally going around the parking lot starting cars just to see what it sounded like without a cat. I was like, yeah, straight pipe it.
As shitty as it is to have your cat stolen,
It's doing the Lord's work.
Seize the opportunity. What does a Prius sound like straight piped? Well, now you know.
We don't condone any removal of emissions equipments. EPA, if you're listening, we don't do that. Oh, and none of us here own guns either. We lost them in boating accidents if the ATF is listening.
Yes, I've converted to liberal, and I actually just threw all of my weapons into the Australian Ocean.
Please don't eat my cats.
Kamala Harris for president.
Yes, she's stunning and brave.
we don't condone any of that,
and,
actually.
and brave. Well, and I'm sure that we were all 16 at one point. When I was 16, my first car was a 2005 Toyota Camry with the 4-banger in it. And of course, the first decision that I made was to go over to my buddy's house who had an engine lift and saw the mufflers off. And we didn't actually cut the cats off. We just took a really long punch and stuck it through and just hit the element so many times until it turned into dust, and then fired the engine up and let it shoot out of the back.
This is 100% like that Top Gear episode where they were given like $1,000 to buy a car. to be teenagers, and then the first things
that
they
car.
like modify them to attract the women and get more power and do power slides and shit, where they just immediately was it James May goes and gets the sound the booming sound system for his car.
Oh yeah. Well, and I did not take care of that car in any way, shape, or form. But I'll tell you what I did do. I went and got some spray paint, and I spray painted racing stripes down the middle of it.
Nice horsepower.
Oh
50
yeah,
horse.
oh, yeah, all 40 of them. And I didn't take care of that car at all. But the one thing I will tell you is that after I just put the racing stripes on, I went to go get a tank of gas, and I was at the gas station filling up my car. And this woman with her son, who couldn't have been more than 6 or
She's
7,
probably wet as can be looking at your car.
settle down. This kid's like 7, maybe 6 or 7, comes out, points directly at my car, and I can hear him across the parking lot. He goes, "Mom, race car." Best I've ever felt in that car ever in my life. I sold it with 290,000 miles.
Wow.
And the brake pads had been worn down for probably 15,000 of those.
Was there still an emissions equipment removal happening when you sold it?
Yeah. So I'd gone over to my buddy's house, who was a welder. I didn't know how to weld at the time. And I paid him a Domino's pizza to kind of booger weld everything back together.
That sounds like a great way to get paid.
Well, he had a couple of beers about it and got underneath it. And I actually, that night, I didn't look at it. But right before I sold it, I got underneath the car. And there were still, like, parts of the stick stuck to it. Like, the weld was that bad. But
Wow.
it sounded stock, so I sold it as stock. I didn't tell her it didn't have cats in it.
You're such a piece of shit.
All I did was tell her it might not pass emissions. And she bought it. Actually, she didn't buy it. I traded it for a set of TRD rims that are on my truck right now.
Oh,
Banger.
fair trade.
Yeah, the car
Banger.
couldn't have been worth more than $1,300 even at the time, but
I'll give you 6.
I should have kept it, honestly. I wanted to blow that thing up so bad.
Dude, I want to still do like that Lemons race at some point in my life.
Le Mans?
The Lemons race or whatever. It's like
Well, no, it's like Le Mans, but like
Lemons.
Le Mans.
Oh,
what,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
Like I just want to buy a stupid cheap car and just go trash it in the desert with all these people.
What's the other one?
Geo
Like
Metro, just slap
Gambler
a turbo
500.
on
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
and
dude.
the
let it
Suzu
eat.
Rodeo.
Yeah, dude, a samurai.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a samurai?
Mazda
You'd have to
Protege.
like have like gallons of oil in the
Mazda
back.
MPV.
Dude, I used to own one of those actually. It was the most gangster thing I've ever owned.
Yeah, fucking right.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. 290 with
Well, it's a
minimal
Toyota
maintenance.
Camry.
So
I
Doing the Lord's work.
only did oil changes.
so I had a 335
I'm sorry.
in high school, and
Which means he was broken down like every day.
And you found out why high
Actually-
schoolers don't buy BMWs.
Mine was so reliable.
Oh, really?
I had the N54. It
I feel
had
attacked.
40,000 miles when I got it.
Wow.
I thrashed that car everywhere.
As any high schooler should and would
I
do.
only had it in sport mode ever, and I didn't do maintenance on it.
Fuck, dude, a red line a day keeps the doctor away.
And it didn't start burning oil until 90K. And at
not
90K, it started burning oil, grenaded the turbos. The subframe actually rusted off.
Was this
Nice.
your first car?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
second car.
Okay.
So what size subwoofers did you have in this thing? Because, as
I-
young kids, we all have that.
So I had subwoofers in my first car, but
Did they make an appearance in
they
the second
didn't
car?
make an appearance into the second car because everyone has dumb friends, and one of my dumb friends decided, hey, turn it up all the way and press play right away. Cold.
Yeah, get some Nelly on this thing.
Oh, yeah. And it just exploded my Alpine
Nah, bro, it's that
subs.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
A
Uh-oh.
little
P.
lube in
Diddy.
that. A little
Puff
P. Diddy.
Daddy.
Oh,
Yeah,
now
get
it's going to
that
start
cut out of
trending. The algorithm's going to start trending because I said P. Diddy now.
So, Rob, what was your first car?
So, could you imagine this sexy big ass here? This
I'm
first
looking
car.
right at it.
So, this first car was a 1979 Chevrolet Chevette.
Ooh.
4-door.
Oh, yeah.
4-cylinder. This thing was a hand-me-down from like this 90-year-old lady that lived in the neighborhood who died and didn't have any family. So,
How many miles were on it?
the odometer said 40,000. I could have imagined it rolled over a couple hundred thousand times.
Yeah, so 340.
Damn.
Who knows? But it was like I'll have to get a picture of it, but it was like this tiny little car with an entirely blue, like light blue interior.
Hell yeah.
And this lady didn't have any kids or dogs or anything, so super clean. that she never took care of it. So when I got it, this thing had so little power because she never did spark plugs on the thing.
Oh, man.
So when I actually popped them out, I'm like, oh, they're broken. No wonder this thing can't make it up a hill.
It's
Doesn't
firing
matter.
on 3.
Dude, no, I think it was firing like on 1 because this thing would
Oh,
barely clear a hill
Hey,
with
it's
me
fuel,
in it.
It's fuel efficient. What can I tell you?
Dude, so I pulled
like
these
a
plugs out
lawnmower.
and I replaced them, and I'm like, oh my God, this is what 87 horsepower feels like. I can make it up the hill.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the thing had AC. You know how cool that was to me? It had AC but crank windows.
Nothing wrong with that.
So it was a cool car. I mean, it was short lived. I ended up selling it for like $800 because
Quick
I ended up getting a
sidetrack.
Thunderbird afterwards.
Yeah, quick sidetrack. I was at the gas station the other day. I saw a cherry Dodge Omni, if you remember those. It was kind of the competitor of the Chevette. Kind of like before the Geo Metro years, they were still really boxy. But yeah, Dodge Omni. I didn't even know they were still
Dude,
on the road.
I didn't even know Chevettes came in 2 doors also. Because I found that
yeah.
out later, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh fuck, it's got 2 doors." Like I thought the little one was sporty because it was light. I mean, the thing was so light because there's nothing to it.
Yeah.
But I found those 2 doors. I'm like, "Oh fuck, this thing must be so much fun with like something actually makes power in
Yeah.
it, or some trays in the back wheels."
Oh, yeah.
Going back to AC but roll-up windows, 2004 first car, 89 CRX SI.
Ooh,
My
oh, yeah.
Dad had ordered that.
Big Daddy money over here. That white privilege talking.
Yes,
Manual?
the Honda. Yeah, manual. I think
Oh.
this SI's only came in manual.
My buddy's got a Prelude SI that's an automatic.
A Prelude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
2 liter.
was that H22 or H20? That was 4th gen then.
I don't know.
'Cause
I'm
I
not
think-
too versed in them, so I don't.
think
I don't know
this-
much about them, honestly.
Ironically, my second car was a Prelude, a 5th gen Prelude. Yeah, 89 CRX SI. I think I was 14.
Those are nice.
Got it running. Got accidentally high off the car thing. And yeah, drove that around town, 14, 15, 16 years old. Finally got the Prelude. Sold the CRX, which
How much you sell for? Do you remember? What'd you buy with it? Weed?
Pornography.
Who pays for pornography?
I mean, it was 2004, so you never know, dude. The internet
I
was
was-
coming of age at that point,
I
so we're
was-
still in the millennium.
I was 2 years old in 2004.
I
Oh, God,
probably
you're
sold
young.
it for less than $1,000, which
Back then, I mean,
it wasn't the money back then. I think it was just getting rid of it in the driveway because we had too many cars.
Sold it for that dirty hash, you know.
oh yeah, that early 2000s weed.
Yeah, no, I'm sure all the money I got went right into the Prelude. To be honest, I know that for sure. Yeah,
Banging sound system for the Prelude.
yeah, I had JL in there. Ironically, my dad had taken the CRX and had like a nice Sony system. Like, remember the tube subwoofers?
Oh, dude.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, you want to talk
It was
about remembering
tube
something?
subwoofers.
Do you remember the ones with like the glass in the front of them, like the 212s, the glass, and they like every time the sound system would hit, they had like a blue ring behind them. They were chrome. Oh, God, I have to get a picture because
You're talking about like when the subs would boom.
Yeah.
The lights would kind of
yeah,
come
they
on
would
with
like
them.
Oh,
they
when
would
the
go with
bass
that,
hits,
dude.
yeah.
And then like they had the chrome like center caps in front of them. And these big fucking boxes with 212s. Man, that's peak early 2000s, man.
Yeah, that was 2000s.
You know-
like peak.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because this actually segues perfectly into what I came prepared to talk about today.
Spinners, because I
There
love
we
spinners.
go.
I would
No,
definitely
but-
have
no,
a Hummer with
no,
spinners one
but-
day.
No,
We
but
need to
hold
talk
on
about
to that.
spinners.
Oh, dude, absolutely gonna talk about spinners. wait,
Almost put spinners on my dad's 3000 GT.
wait, say that again.
Ooh.
Say that again.
So my dad, he got rid of the CR. He didn't get rid of it. He just left it in the backyard for me. But he got a 3000 Mitsubishi 3000
Those are cool. I want
Badass
3000.
cars,
yeah.
dude.
SL or what are they? Spider SL? I don't know what I don't
Whatever
can't
the
remember
trim
what they're
levels
called.
were.
Yeah. Back when Mitsubishi made cool cars for that 90s
Oh,
era,
yeah.
and then they stopped doing anything
Timeless
Oh,
looks
yeah.
of cars.
useful. Yeah, that must have been like 2000. No, that was like 1997, 1998, and we're at the LA Auto Show, and I saw spinners, and they didn't have it in the size of those 3000 GT.
Damn it.
Or my dad would have bought it for
Damn
me.
it.
He's like, whatever.
Dude.
My sons are half retarded. If he wants these in the car, I'll do it for him.
Dude, so back in the early days of the press kit in the early 2000s, there used to be like there used to be this big drug dealer like style here, like white Cadillac Escalades with like 26s, 24s on them with spinners, not fucking Hummers. I remember seeing a yellow Hummer just cruising downtown Prescott with these fucking massive spinners, and I'm like, I want that so bad. And then as I grew up, I was like, I totally want to be. I want to like come out of one, like out of a Hummer at some point with some spinners with a with some like an armor vest on, like 50 Cent in his videos.
Oh yeah,
dude, I
The
100%
Massacre.
want to do that. 100%,
Yeah, I still
fucking
need to
spinner.
live that myself.
dude.
Like 2004, I think.
Dude, if I had the opportunity to find a clean like 04 Escalade in white or red,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
100% getting spinners on that
Hold
motherfucker.
on. Bringing up a picture from a group chat.
Oh boy, here we go.
I don't remember who took this picture, but
It's gonna be right up my alley. Watch
Oh,
the inner Mexican in me is gonna be all over this,
you
isn't it?
are going to die.
Oh, is it the thing? That. Yeah, I took that.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was in town.
Oh, dude. So this guy actually lives like a street over from us.
Oh, God.
So no. So he actually is a painter, if I remember right. Like this guy does automotive painting in his backyard. He has a big garage.
It's intricate paint. All right.
So I believe he had another one of these that was purple.
Please put
Like
a
this-
note on his hood.
Dude, I'll go
When
over there and
you're
talk
ready-
to
when
him.
you're ready to sell.
Dude, that thing's fucking gangster.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
so
yeah.
absolutely.
This has the lowrider style paint job on it.
This got
That's
that
probably the best
lace and
way-
everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you
Dude,
think
this
that? Do you think that was done by hand or?
absolute banger. It looks like it was. You can kind of see there's like
Yeah.
on the bumper. There's almost a little bit of human error, which
Oh,
actually
yeah.
gives it some character.
Yeah, it's not bad looking. I
Dude,
like it.
that's one of the things I really want
Oh.
sometime in my life is an Escalade like that on some big fucking wheels. Like them Thangs kind of wheels.
Oh yeah,
100%.
yeah. So I grew up outside of Philadelphia, and early 2000s in Philadelphia.
Big car scene over there.
Oh man, so
All the mini trucks.
there.
K truck.
There is a decent car scene out there, but in the early 2000s, you go into Philly, and it
getting
was,
robbed?
Well, of course.
Well, that, but
but
You're
that's a
getting
given.
mugged.
That still happens. In fact,
You
it
get
happens
fucking-
more now.
one of those fucking
But-
like tape decks that you take out and carry
Yeah.
with you out
Oh,
after
yes.
you leave the
Fucking
car.
face
That's-
plates off the radios.
Exactly what you do. I don't know how. Well, actually, no. My BMW was clapped. No one wanted to touch it. But yeah,
Well, I knew they weren't going to make it more than a mile down the road.
yeah. If they stole it, they would just
They'd be
yeah, it
walking
would
again.
break down. So I mean, that happened with my dirt bike as a kid. Like,
Use
someone
them
tried to steal
bus
it and then it
tokens,
broke.
partner.
'cause
Yeah.
I was the one fixing it, and
Yeah, you get-
nobody in my family
Yeah.
knew how to fix anything, and I didn't know how to fix
Yeah.
anything.
You said
Yeah,
you were
you-
fixing it.
My battery was held in on that dirt bike with nails. So when I would tighten them
Good.
with pliers and then dirt bike a bunch,
Yeah.
and then eventually the nails would start to loosen up and my battery would just let go. And so I'd have to walk it back and then grab the pliers and squeeze them again and then ride some more. And so when the guy stole it, I'm assuming the nails just got
He fucking
loose.
made it like 2 blocks down the road and walked
Bike's
it
a
out.
piece of shit.
He actually made it 2 blocks down the road.
Did he really?
Just
actually
leaned it against the fucking
He fucking
telephone
left
pole.
it.
The police came.
Like,
I
oh,
should
there
have
it is.
just looked like right off the rip because
Yeah.
the police found it on their way in. They were
Oh
like,
my
"Oh yeah,
God.
it was just there
Yeah.
on the side of the road."
Yeah,
I
lean
was
against
like,
the
"Oh,
payphone.
Awesome, but
Fucking threw it in agony on the ground. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck this. And walked off all mad.
gosh, Philly, and I know exactly where that dirt bike was headed. It was headed to the
Hell.
Wheelie Boys in. What do they
Oh,
call it?
yeah,
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
not Wheelie Boys. What am I fucking? The 12 o'clock boys
Oh, yeah.
down in
Oh,
Philly.
fuck. They might come and shoot you now, buddy. You just disrespect. You
yeah,
didn't put any
bikes-
respect on that name.
Please come up here.
Bikes and quads are huge over there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be on the
I see
highway
videos all
out
the time.
there.
Dude,
and-
it's like them fucking takeovers with like the quads and shit in Florida.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's the same shit.
I want to
So-
do. I mean, I'm not a takeover guy, but I just kind of want to fucking see it happen in front of me because I'd be like, this is so fucking wild. I don't know if it's real.
So you hear it before you see it. I've been on the highway before, and all of a sudden
Bunch
you
of
just hear
bees.
a symphony of like dirt bike sounds, and then next thing you know, they're just flying by you, all doing wheelies, and it's kind of sick, but also
Well, yeah.
kind of
Fucking 2-stroke smells everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Not
which,
a goddamn helmet in sight.
oh yeah, and every bike is
Zero
just so
fucks. Yeah.
stolen. I mean, so stolen.
That's how it should be, really.
But that's the thing; they have to be stolen because if they drop them, then they can't
Well, yeah,
trace
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
back
they
to their
can't just fucking
address.
throw it
Yeah,
on the
you gotta
ground
be able to
and
ditch
walk
it.
away in agony because they only made it 2 blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the batteries
But-
are held in with nails. Roofing nails. and shit.
Honestly, they probably were better with their bikes than I was. Because
Get like a fucking.
They
As long
had-
as it runs, we're going.
oh yeah, But yeah, the Philly car scene, going back to spinners and stuff, I mean, there would be Navigators, there would be
Oh, bro. Want to be a
Navigators.
baller, dude.
Escalades, Crown Vics for days. There
Bro,
was actually
donks.
a Crown Vic. Yes, the
Donks.
donks. They would be going through, I forget what they called it. Did they call it swerving? Like they would
Oh,
just,
yeah,
they
yeah,
would
like,
just,
yeah, like in
they
Texas.
all of a sudden would
Oh,
just
yeah.
like throw the car to the side. And they thought
swanging,
it was some super
swanging.
cool
That's
shit.
what it is.
Was it swanging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, them fucking donks. Nah, I just you say spinners and you say big wheels and you say donks. I think of the little Troy song, "Want to Be a Baller," with the Impala, on the
Oh, yeah,
blades.
yeah.
Bro, I automatically assume that was the early 2000s to a fucking T.
Yeah.
Man.
What a time period.
For a
And the
certain
music,
demographic.
dude. And the music.
It was-
There was,
Yeah.
I look back at it
Oh,
and
the
like,
music
that
was
fucking
great.
music was good. Like,
Yeah.
as far as
Into
taste
club,
goes, because now
50
I
Cent.
listen to some of this hip hop on, like, the new hip hop, I'm like, what the fuck is
Oh,
it?
Oh,
the
yeah.
mumble rap
Yeah.
and
No, bro.
drill
Yeah.
shit.
Lil Yachty, Lil Dick, or whatever, I don't know.
A
Fucking.
little stupid.
Ja
Yeah.
Rule, Ja
Ja
Rule,
I mean-
DMX,
I mean-
Into Club.
Bro, that early 2000s rap.
That's
Oh,
it.
yeah,
That's
it's so
it.
good.
Dude, that rap with the car scene in the early 2000s was fucking it.
Yeah.
Do you remember the mini trucks coming up here and shit? And you're like 60, 70 in them fuckers. And they're just like, they're literally dragging ass down the road, causing sparks and shit. They go,
Oh,
I'm as a
yeah.
kid watching this.
They
I'm
got
like,
the
yo.
plates on the hitch and shit.
Then
so they
you
drop it.
come up next to them and they're fucking bumping some like Mike Jones or something. And I'm
Oh,
like, fuck.
yeah.
Dude, that was a time for me. And I was still, I was still a kid.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I remember that shit so well.
I
'Cause
made my dad, when he would drive me to school, like blast like Riding Dirty and shit like
oh,
that.
bro.
And we're talking about
absolutely.
like the whitest dad on
Dad,
earth.
I want my
Fucking-
friends to think I'm cool.
Dude, fucking white privilege Jones is like, I played Weird Al Yankovic over here.
Oh my god, I zoned out.
Oh yeah.
He fucking zoned out.
I zoned out for most of that.
Oh, wait, hold on.
The last thing I heard was my dad was white.
Yeah, so we were talking like white privilege over there. I'm like, he probably over there on his way to school listening to Weird Al Yankovic, bought it on eBay kind of shit.
No, I think I was only allowed to listen to classical music and
Christian rap.
jazz.
Christian rap.
And then,
We're down for the Lord.
the soundtracks to like Lord of the Rings or something like that.
Oh my God.
Hey, bro, some of those soundtracks fucking slap. Like, I will still listen to some of the Halo soundtracks, like from ODST.
Oh, Breaking Benjamin.
Oh,
Halo 2.
bro, fuck. Halo
really
2. That fucking soundtrack
Halo 2 was the
slapped.
best.
Fuck.
Have you ever driven really fast to classical music?
No,
wouldn't say
but I've definitely
classical.
done it to like concert music, like actual concerts. Like they
Oh,
just take an
yeah.
instrumental, like instead of classical, just concert music.
Mm.
Fuck.
So something
adrenaline
about the
rush.
slow pace of like classical music, like smooth jazz and ripping at
Oh,
like
fuck. I'm about it.
high speed, like where your car maybe maxes out. There is such a it's a balance. It's like the perfect balance. You have this adrenaline, yet the music is soothing.
Yeah. And when the paramedics scrape you off the concrete,
Yeah,
they have
and then-
something nice to listen to.
Exactly. They're like,
Wow,
they're
I feel like I'm in an
shuttling me off the
elevator
road
right
on
now.
my clapped 335.
Yeah.
I have
Dude,
no
could
oil
you
changes.
imagine that? Like just cruising down to your clap 335i, just fucking hitting the corners real hard, and then you got like some detective noir music going on, and you're like, it's just like they just solved it, so it's like that really aggressive dun dun, and you're like, oh fuck, I just
man,
went
we
through that
got-
corner like 80,
We got
and my tires
Mozart
are
in
bald.
this bitch.
Some
Now we-
Ultima
Yeah,
vibes.
we got some Mozart in this bitch.
Yeah, that's big Ultima energy.
So anyway, it's funny that we've been talking about all this because I've actually got a list. They surveyed a bunch of people, and I don't know who they is. I don't know how reputable this list is, but I've actually got a list of the worst mods people make to their cars.
Oh fuck, let's hear it.
People have voted on it. Do you guys have any guesses on? So we've got 10 total. We'll start at 10 and work all the way to number 1.
I'm gonna say wheels are on there.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh fuck, how do I know?
Do you guys
Exhaust.
Want, do you guys want to guess number 10 though?
Hotter intake's got to be on it, and then like
What about the
Kane-
stupid like?
Kane or Godspeed eBay Loring Springs
Bro.
have to be on there.
No. Hear me out. When they go to Home Depot and get like that garden trim and they put it all over their bumpers and shit,
I've never seen
and their
that.
side skirts, dude, that is such a big thing in the Crown Vic community because like they don't want to spend money on actual molded plastic. It's
I've
like
never
$100
seen
bucks because Crown Vic owners can be very, very cheap. It's about ex-police cars, so they'll literally go to Home Depot and buy garden trim or door trim and like glue it or stick
That's-
it to the actual.
Absolutely
Car.
diabolical.
It's a thing. I really want to see a picture. Oh, hold on.
Is that falling out?
Oh god.
Technical difficulties.
There we
Oh,
go.
God.
There
Oh,
we
God.
go. We need some duct tape for this.
Oh, we're gonna have to get duct tape. Just be careful. Every time you
God.
move it, just assume it's not gonna work.
There we go. That's wise. I have not seen that, but I want to see
Oh,
it.
dude, I'm gonna get on the Crown Vic page real quick, and everyone's gonna hate me because I have a good buddy who's like, he calls himself Sammy Hack, and it's funny enough because I took a picture of the podcasting, and he's like, oh, I can't wait to listen, and like maybe I'll be on there someday, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm about to make fun of him, but I'm like, I love him. Hey, I love your bro too because he is my boy, but Sammy, you may be Sammy Hack, but we love you. But you're like the perfect example, like people using garden trim on their fucking Crown Vics. Let me pull it up. Hey, keep going, one of you.
So, anyway, I've got a list of the worst car mods that you can add. Number 10 being undercarriage lighting. There's a Power Stroke 6.0 somewhere around here. It's white with the stupid dish rim. I think they call it rubber bands when you stretch the tire over rims that are too big.
Is it white or light gray?
Either. I only see it at night.
Tried to race me coming back from TSW when I got my shots.
Either way, they have the most obnoxious white fucking lighting underneath their truck, and it's got 400 million miles on it and sounds terrible. And they just roll around with this underglow. I can't stand it.
Nelson, peep this. Sammy, we love you, but I'm using your car as reference. So my boy over here has done like his own homemade wide body on this thing, but this is when I talk about the Home Depot shit. Like, look at those side skirts. It's like door trim, edge trim, or like garden trim.
But you know what? Those look no different to me than that Rocket Bunny crap.
I mean,
I know I'm the purist here, but I cannot stand the Rocket Bunny fad. I remember SEMA, was it like 2013, 2014? Every single car had a Rocket Bunny kit with Home Depot
That is
screws
absolutely
in it.
diabolical.
bro, he gets so much love because he does all his own custom shit to his car. And I give it
That
to him.
actually looks a lot
You know-
better than some of the professional stuff I've seen.
Yeah.
To be fair to him. Like,
Yeah,
let's
but
give
like-
him credit. That actually
Bro,
passes off as...
But this
I
goes
don't
back
like
to
it,
my comment.
but
It's
that
like
actually looks better than
he's
kit from
using
China.
like Home Depot door trim. I love you,
Yeah.
Sammy. I love you because you've done this. But like some of this shit, I'm
It's-
like, what the fuck?
It's genuinely impressive with the materials that are used. I'm also looking at a picture. I know this is one of those things that if I saw it in person, I would
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah.
like my stomach
here we
would
go.
drop.
Here we go. Here's a better picture.
Oh boy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now we're...
And I'm not trying to rip on Sammy.
I mean,
but
hey.
I'm like, my boy. Sometimes it's okay to pay the big bills for stuff. It's okay.
Yeah.
I ain't hating. I love you. And he's like the one. He's like the very like in the Panther community, the Crown Vic community. Basically, there's very few people who actually do anything with their cars that involve performance or aesthetics. Most people just put red and blue lights on it and go play wee woos and go to
Yeah.
jail. I mean, that's pretty much that's it. Or you lift them.
Yeah,
and just
I
fucking
see. It's
trash 'em.
all the money goes into wheels in Philly. So
Yeah.
the whole Crown Vic community that I have seen,
Some
at least,
ghetto ass raps.
I know there's probably some of you out there who have done some actually impressive performance mods on your Crown Vics out there, but the ones I see, 90% are just 32s and cutting the fenders. And it's
Fucking
like,
blades on the Impala, my boy. On the Impala.
Terrible.
You know, it's like, okay, well, your paint's haggard, but I guess nice rims.
But you know, this is a good reference to like, I love my boy Sammy. I love his brother Seth. They're actually very close to me. But this is like the perfect example. Like he's just doing what he can with the money he's got and the time he's got and his creativity. I don't look down on that at all.
There's nothing wrong with
there ain't
that,
nothing
but
wrong.
don't mod your car at Home Depot. How about that?
You know, it's
Fuck.
I
I feel like we're
understand.
just ripping on him. He's gonna listen to me like I fucking kill you.
well, hey, when I started modding my cars back in the day, it was never good. I thought mods were like, oh, I'm going to remove the grill.
Stickers.
Stickers. Oh, my gosh. My mom, the 335, I put all those cringy, like, high schooler stickers. I had, like, the panty dropper sticker. I had the shocker sticker. I had...
The fuck it sticker.
Oh, I had the fucking
Oh,
sticker.
yeah.
Yeah, I had all these stickers.
My mom's my other ride or some stupid shit like that.
I like came out one morning to my mom like freaking out, and she's
Christian
in
mother.
the garage like scraping the stickers off the car. And honestly, I don't blame her. I would have done the same thing, but I would have said different things.
Bro,
she
you're
was actually very polite. Well,
You
she
need to
was
have
more
the
polite
Lord's
than I
message
would've
on
said.
here, and you're
Well,
not portraying it right, Nelson. The Lord is the only way, and the only thing that needs to go in this car is the Lord himself.
I almost wish she was that religious, but
Also, by the way, it's not on this list of worst mods, but if you turn your car into a rolling tribute of a person or an animal that died, get it off
Harambe.
your car.
Harambe.
Take that shit off. I know Daniel Tosh has a joke about this, but literally,
Dude, the world went. The world fucking ended when
it
Harambe
did.
died.
Oh, it did.
Dude, everything's been fucked since Harambe died.
Yeah, he was like,
Bush did 9/11.
he wasn't a monkey. He was
Yeah,
a
he's
gorilla.
a fucking gorilla. Get it right, white priv. Fuck, dude.
this
this
podcast is going off of the
bro.
rails.
Harambe was our Lord and Savior. Thank you very much. You better put some respect on that name.
Shut
I mean,
the hell up.
Kobe Bryant died, and then it went to
Good.
shit. That was
Whoa, that got really dark, really quick, then really
did.
quiet. I mean,
I miss Kobe. He's
We'll,
a
we'll
great
cut.
guy.
We'll cut that out.
Anyways,
We'll edit that in
Let's
post.
go back down the list.
Yeah,
We're
we'll
never gonna
we'll
get
edit
down
that.
this
Yeah,
list.
we'll edit that in post.
Fucking great.
Cut that in post. Cut it. Anyway, so yeah, number 10 was the underglow. Can't fucking stand it, especially when your car has
Bro,
9
okay.
million
If you
miles.
do it right,
Nope.
it looks pretty good.
Nope.
Like if you actually take the time and do it right,
No.
it looks good. But I'm also the Fast and Furious fanboy with underglow and stuff like that.
It was cool in 2003.
There was
Still cool.
the rock lights for off-road vehicles, which started coming out.
That I can understand though.
Bro.
They serve a purpose, but I definitely abuse them.
Sure, yeah.
I purchased them for my off-road vehicle, and the next thing I know, I'm blasting down the highway with purple lights under my truck.
I bet you the highway
happens.
patrol is really happy with you.
Have never got in trouble.
Seth, if you're listening to this, do not give this man a ticket.
Well, that was actually number 10. Number 9 is aftermarket, and aftermarket is a big qualifier here because if it comes stock, I don't have an issue with them. But aftermarket Xenon or HID headlights.
Oh, bro, I can go on a tangent about this because I used to retrofit headlights. And
A lot of them are very bad.
Oh, dude, especially when you just plug them in and don't aim them and you're
And get
literally
the cheapest
blinding
ones
everyone.
you can find. Yeah.
That Amazon specials that don't light anything up
Oh,
that's more than 10
yeah.
feet in front of you.
How's your lightning, Nelson?
We're hating.
That's my lightning.
Oh, God. He feels attacked.
Kind of.
It
It's,
looks okay, but
So they are just LED upgrades.
From Amazon.
Actually, no, they're from a company that specifically does like F-150 LEDs.
Oh, I thought you were going to say GTR lighting or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah, no, the website is literally called like F-150 LEDs or something.
It sounds like they're definitely importing
So-
them from China and selling them at like 30 times the wholesale price that they
I
paid for it.
guarantee it. Yeah,
Probably.
some 13-year-old snapping them together, making 5 cents a day or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
What's next on the list?
All right, so aftermarket lighting was number 9. Number 8 was spinner hubcaps.
Oh, fuck. I'm feeling attacked right now. Dude,
I mean-
I remember that. I remember the actual hubcaps. I remember the actual hubcaps that you can buy from AutoZone or O'Reilly's that had spinners on them. They're like 15-inch hubcaps with a fake chrome and a fake
Yes.
spinner. My older sister had some on her Taurus.
nice.
Oh, man. I remember when those things broke off of there. She's like driving around with 3 spinners.
There was always. That's like what you saw the
Well,
most of.
well,
Was
and they're-
like you'd pull up, you'd be like, "Oh, that car's got spinners," and then
You're like,
one of them is just stuck, and it's like, "Oh yeah, that's cool."
Well, and they're not common at all anymore. I don't think I've ever seen a
That's
pair
why I
of
think
spinners
they're
out in the
so
wild.
cool. Like we saw a Tesla, was it those Cybertrucks in traffic behind us, and I'm like, this looks so ugly. It's cool to me. I think that's the same thing with the spinners. It just looks so ugly. It's cool to me, and nobody's doing it anymore.
That's fair.
So
I mean,
you,
it's a status symbol now.
So you actually like the Cybertruck because of
How ugly it looks?
really?
Absolutely. I would love to put a Halo Warthog wrap on one and just
I
drive
thought
around with a
about that
minigun
too.
in the back.
I thought about that too, but I don't like electric vehicles.
You know, everything's meant for its purpose here in life, and I never said we're going to use it for electrical activities. We're going to put a cool wrap on there and a minigun or Gatling gun in the back
then
and just
it'll-
go fuck around in the
Yeah,
desert with it.
and then it'll fucking explode.
Oh, actually, the bumper will fall off first.
Yeah, one of the shells just falls
Yeah,
under the,
bat-
car, and then the
battery
battery just
the
ignites.
battery's gonna catch fire and turn
Hey,
everyone into
hey, as
dust.
long as we're recording that for science, I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Elon Musk will get some
science.
hitmen.
We'll edit it in post.
What's next?
Number 7 is fake performance badges, and I know BMWs are a big fucking proponent.
Oh, bro,
of
it's like those fake covers on brake pads.
Let's put an M3 badge on every fucking
As a
BMW.
BMW M3 owner of the last,
A real M3, or did you buy the badge online?
Wow, that's for you to find
You
out.
know, it's probably the second one.
2007. What's the math on 07 to 24?
What is that?
17
years? Yeah.
17 years I've been watching other BMWs that did not earn that badge like I
They
did.
earned it.
Buy it on eBay.
They bought it on eBay, damn it. I had to buy it from a doctor or a lawyer like a normal white privilege.
On that doctor salary.
Yeah.
The amount of 328s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, bro.
Oh, yeah. BMW's like one of the biggest, other than putting Hellcat badges
man.
on.
Bro,
Charger, or
the
Challenger.
V6 Chargers with the Hellcat badges.
Hate it.
Dude, straight asinine of the car
Putting
scene.
a fake badge, performance badge into a car is 520 credit score activity. Can we-
Absolutely.
Bro, not even
Absolutely.
520, dude. That's
However-
like smooth brain IQ.
However, while I owned that Toyota Camry, my first car, my dad was driving just a beater. It was like a 2005 Ford Focus, biggest piece of shit I've ever driven in my life. But we had gone to the junkyard and we bought. Didn't buy. I stole this. I screwdrivered off a Triton V10 badge and then put it on the Ford Focus. So not quite in the same vein, but we
did
thought
that-
it
we
was
did that
fucking
to a-
hilarious. Yeah.
So a buddy of ours in Gilbert, he actually had a Prius he owned and daily drove. And I don't know much about the Prii,
TRD?
the Priuses.
TRD sticker.
You know, he put a TRD badge
Good.
on the fucking
That's where it
thing.
belongs.
So there is this line. You have something that is obviously not a performance vehicle. And when
V6
you
Charger.
Put, you put a funny, like, it's funny.
Yeah, a Triton V10
You know,
badge on
Triton
a Focus
V10
is hilarious.
on a Focus is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's laughable. That's fun.
Yes.
They're serious. They mean it.
The M badge on the 323, or the worst is you talk to another BMW owner and they're like, oh yeah, I have a 330i M Sport.
Oh,
No,
my
you
God.
have
Dude,
a
it's like-
330i.
Yeah.
You have a
Bro,
3 Series BMW.
Yeah.
Leave it at
that's
that
the
and
same
move on.
thing with
Don't
Cadillac V owners.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Cadillac V owners, because they'll have like the CTV Sport. And it's like, no, do you have a CTV? Or do you have a CTSV? But no, they add sport in after V. So it's like, what do you have? Like
Yeah, it
a
makes no fucking sense.
fucking base ass model?
Yeah, it's kind of agonizing. There's actually more respect in you keeping your 328i
Or
a
taking it off completely.
328i. It's just debadge it.
Yeah,
It
just
actually,
debadge it.
you know,
They don't look bad, debadged.
I debadge a lot of my cars.
Oh, yeah.
and
Well,
it's more fun that way.
Well, how do you guys feel about like the blacked out badges where people take their cars and just every badge
that's
they
okay,
do,
like,
they do
That's
black.
actually like factory now with a lot
Yeah.
of things.
It looks good with some. I don't like it on others, but
I mean,
that's not on
you
the
gotta
list.
do it right.
but
You gotta have like all your emblems blacked out because you can't just
Yeah.
have a chrome one just sitting out in like a left field and you're like, why is that chrome?
Do you remember
forgot that one.
the gold?
Oh,
Toyota.
yeah, Toyota's
I
gold.
actually
yeah,
Ford.
Toyota. Yeah.
Love that shit.
Oh yeah,
Ford, dude, in the
Lexus,
90s.
Yeah, Lexus did it for a little bit
Yeah.
too. I think Mazda had some
dude,
gold
that-
It
badges.
actually went hard.
That blue Mustang we're looking over next door on the other side of the shop with the gold
Oh,
Ford
yeah.
emblems. Like, you remember we were talking
those
about
stock?
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? I
So-
didn't know that.
So
and that's even more rare on a Ford.
So it's wild because like a lot, anybody you talk to is gonna be like, well, it wasn't stock because a dealership had sent it out to have it done. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, but if it's an option you can order.
Yeah, I'm like, that's still a cool option.
Yeah.
I mean, what a lot of people don't realize, though, is a lot of options on cars are installed by the dealer. Like, they're not getting
Oh, yeah.
installed at the factory. They come to the States, and then the dealer installs those options. Even, like,
Oh.
people that custom order
Oh, yeah.
from...
Dude,
from
I
the-
can tell you this from firsthand experience from working at the dealership for so long is 9 out of 10 times somebody ordered a sunroof, it never came with a sunroof, and we had to send it out and have some third-party company
Get the roof
actually
cut the
put,
hell up.
yeah, exactly, and they'd put in like some factory-looking sunroof, and I didn't know that was a real thing until I looked more. Like I went down this rabbit hole on the internet, and I found out that they do this. Like they'll ship a whole car to a dealer completed, and they'll send it to a third-party company who specifically does this. Like I know the place in Phoenix for sunroofs, and they pass it off as a factory sunroof.
I wonder if that's why all the Raptors were having so many problems with sunroofs.
Don't get me started on the Raptors.
because
There's
mine
a
is
small
currently
conspiracy.
It's left,
siliconed.
dude. It's definitely left a chat.
Ford, if you're listening, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, no, for real. I would really like for
Sponsor
like,
us.
well, Okay, but I'd really like Ford to bring back like some actual fun performance cars instead of just putting a Mustang badge out there and be like, "Here, you have a Mustang. That's all you get."
Bring the
And
Ford
don't
Probe
say
back.
the STs are performance because half them fucking things can barely run in stock form,
Well,
and then go fuck with them.
Well, and that's another thing. The ST is just a badge. Like, you don't get any other engine upgrades
Bro,
on
and
those.
it's like that's a thing. Like Nelson and I go on this tangent all the time. Like we miss the SVT era of Ford cars because
yeah,
they
huge.
literally like here's a car everybody can buy. Well, here's a fucking badass version of this car that not a lot of people can get. But if you're serious, you
got a
can have this
shitload of
SVT
horsepower
car.
in
Do they still sell the Focus RSs?
I think they do.
That
Oh,
was
I
a
don't
great
know.
Are they
car.
RSTs?
I'll
now,
tell you
or
this:
whatever
we
the
had a
fuck?
base model Focus for a little bit. I couldn't fit it worth the shit, but fuck, that car fucked when it comes to like anything. Like it wasn't fast, but going around a turn at fucking 60, 80 miles
Yeah,
an hour,
you're-
that little
you're
thing.
driving a go-kart.
Holy fuck! It was literally on
I had a
rails.
buddy that got deployed, and he had a brand new Focus RS, and he decided the best place to store that Focus RS was my garage for like 3 months, and I drove
Here in my garage.
the heck out of it. It was a great car. I actually considered buying one, but I have the M3 autism, and I can't stop owning M3s.
It's that
instead.
MTism, dude. It's
Yeah,
rampant.
I left them. I had a Corvette for a minute, and then
Where's
I
your
went
jorts?
right back to the M3.
Did you guys see all of those Corvettes today out in town for that
Corvette show.
for
I
the?
see them all the time.
So
yeah.
But if
I have-
we're gonna totally ADD this whole list.
We are.
though.
Oh yeah,
But I'm just gonna say
that's
this.
kind of the point, though.
The median average for that Corvette show tomorrow has to be at least 90.
So I actually drove into town today in the Lightning, and I was surrounded by those Corvettes. So
I'd rather have a Lightning.
Yeah, me too.
All day, but yeah, they were all over 50.
Bro, I'm serious.
of
Like,
them.
Well,
It
it's the
was
retirement
husband-
special.
husband,
yeah,
wife,
New Balances,
tan
interior,
marriage
red
that's
car.
falling apart. You don't talk to your kids anymore.
your kids,
Yep.
Yeah,
your
you're
kids'
making
savings are
you're
in
making
this car.
good Social Security. You're making your retirement money.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds. And it's like a rite of passage. Every single one of them has to upgrade to the newest model of a Corvette. So
My
now you
Corvette
don't,
was one of 2,750 made on May 1st, 1993.
at 4:20
At-
p.m.
at the-
with
at the-
yeah.
in the left side, and the guy who put it together was missing a testicle and didn't align the headlight the right way.
That's
and
accurate.
Yeah,
I have all the paperwork.
Bro, the boomer boards are a real thing on
I
Facebook.
hate
They
those.
are, and
hate those.
I almost
That's also not on the list. But if you have those boards,
Oh yeah,
throw it in the garbage.
absolutely.
yes, just
No one
it makes
cares.
your car lamer.
You know the hood props and stuff like that. Door props are cool, but like those boomer boards. Oh, my
Oh, I
God.
pulled up to my divorce attorney's office. Better pull the board out while I go talk to her.
Dude, that dude are those creepy dolls that they put on the cars.
Oh,
what do you mean?
Who
man.
started that
Dude,
trend?
it's
I need
so
to.
creepy.
Someone needs to find you.
What creepy doll?
So like they'll take like these like little girl dolls,
Yeah.
or little boys, and they literally just put them like hunched over the hood, like they're working
Really?
on the car.
I've
stuff like that.
never seen
They
that.
literally look like Chucky dolls.
There is nothing better than taking a poop and watching that boomer board thing. So don't stop the boomer boards. Keep at it. Keep strong.
Just know that we're laughing at you.
These guys are haters. I'm not. I'm thoroughly enjoying them. During
Bring
my
us enter-
poops. You bring me happiness every day, and it's cheaper than the drugs I do. So
Adderall.
Anyway, what was that? What was that, number 7 or whatever?
Fuck if I don't fucking. Oh my God, what is that? It's the Batmobile.
So I just opened up the Boomer Boards page on Facebook, and the first thing that comes up
fucking
is
grand.
Underglow,
a fucking
Batmobile,
Oh, God.
Corvette.
Oh, God.
It's a fucking Grand Sport.
It has
And
multi-colored
rebadged,
interior
huh?
lights.
Oh, this is peak boomer.
That's just ADHD.
This is cancer.
I don't know what to say.
That's really
I
bad.
guarantee you the person that did that is sober. Like he doesn't drink. Like that's someone that doesn't drink.
Like he woke up and intentionally made
His
those
wife
decisions.
beats him, so he's got to do
Putting
this to
an
his
Ama-
car.
Putting Amazon car together. Oh no, his wife divorced him, but not because of that.
This dude has ET.
Dude, show him that.
So-
That's
So
what I'm
fucking
talking
so
about.
stupid.
This is what I'm talking about. I haven't seen an ET yet, but the little dolls that people make to put in front of their cars.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, they're fucking creepy. They are creepy.
dude, I love the car scene. It is endless entertainment.
Oh, it's
I mean,
great.
Could you imagine what it was like before the internet? How much better it was?
You know, yeah.
The shenanigans
Well, no,
that are not talked about.
Well,
You
yeah,
ever
Off
seen
the
the
chains.
PT Cruiser scene? Like,
love those. Yeah,
the
hell
PT
yeah.
Cruiser scene, they would come in hundreds. I mean, they would drive across states
Oh,
in
yeah.
those terribly unreliable.
Yeah.
The wood grain
You
on
know,
the sides and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. And
PT Cruiser.
Convertible
they were
top turbos.
such a community. I did a lot of research on the PT.
Well, yeah, they
community
put the
because
neon motor in
I like
those.
PT
Bro,
Cruisers.
convertible, like 5 or 6 speed with the wood grain on it.
2.4
Man,
turbo
yeah.
neon
panty
motor.
dropper. Like
Yeah.
you show up to the club, bro. Women are throwing themselves at you.
Unrelated. We got to get back to the list, but I was at a McDonald's. I was still in high school, and me and my buddies were talking. There was
Sure you're still not in high school?
clapped. There was a clapped Dodge Neon in the parking lot, and I was ragging on this guy hard, and I didn't know he was sitting right next to us.
Nice.
And I said, Dodge Neons are terrible cars and are only driven by people that sell heroin. If you're driving a Dodge Neon and listening to this,
Sell some more heroin.
go clean. Anyway, so I'm ripping on this guy forever, and we get back out into the parking lot, and the guy's waiting for us in his Dodge Neon.
Nice. Trying
Oh,
to race.
boy.
Oh yeah, and we're all in my Camry, and as we're leaving, the guy walks right up to our window. He's like, "What's up? What are you trying to do? Get out of the car!" And I was like, "Dude, go back to using heroin."
Oh, did you got some
And-
masturbating
and
to do or
we-
something like
yeah,
that?
and we-
Like,
and-
go
and-
away.
yeah, and we drove off. But that guy was on drugs for sure.
Yeah.
That sounds like some Get
If
Back
Dodge-
92 Dodge vibes there.
You know, you look at the wiring in some of these cars. I've been trying to find, well, not actively, but I actually would like to own a clean SRT Neon.
Those two don't go together, just like clean 240s and 180s.
That's the problem. You can't find that. They don't exist. And if they do, I don't know. I've never seen one.
Bro, it's like saying you're going to go find a Crown Vic that isn't a cop car. Good luck.
Or
Unless
a
you-
New York taxi.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. The New York taxis. We just had a whole
yeah, that's a
conversation
whole nother
about
thing.
this. Man, before
That's
we go
for
that deep
that's
end,
for another day.
That
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
that is-
That'll be
Crown
the
Vic
next
for another
episode.
day.
we literally had an hour talk about New York taxis.
We've
and
already
how we
been
should
doing
buy
this for
some.
an hour.
And limos, dude. Limos.
Oh yeah.
That'll
yeah.
be another day. Fuck.
Yes.
Anyway, so
Back to the
I
list.
think we were on number 7.
What would
I don't know. We were on fake performance badges, but
That's what it was, yeah.
10, 8, 9. Yeah, so we're on number 6 right now. Stick on hood vents. I don't see those very often, but that's in the
Hey.
same like O'Reilly's AutoZone.
Bro, to be fair,
vein.
you just worked on a truck today that had as a bolt-on.
Oh, was that
scoop.
fake?
That is fake.
Oh.
How did you not know that it was not fake?
I
Clean
don't give a
install.
shit about the job that I do.
Oh, fuck. If you're listening to this, he's not my employee and I don't endorse him.
I'm fired, aren't I?
We'll talk Monday.
God damn it.
I need to sign some papers.
But yeah, I mean, like the whole world of like O'Reilly's
Joseph.
AutoZone like clip-on shit.
Joseph, would you please see me in my office after this? Joseph,
We don't have an intercom.
I am the intercom, motherfucker.
Stick on hood vents.
Hilarious. Anyway, so back to O'Reilly's and AutoZone like clip-on parts. Like, I don't know, like especially in the underglow vein. Like I've been in people's interiors where they put it like up underneath the dash, so
Oh,
like
yeah.
your feet. And the car never came with that. Like if it comes with that, my grandparents have a Range Rover. I told them not to buy it. And when you get in and fire it up, I think it's like a 21, 22 or something like that. But it's got like the underglow under your feet and all
They
the
buy that limited
yeah.
edition badging from like
That's
AutoZone.
very popular actually now between
looks good.
BMW, Mercedes,
Yeah.
Jaguar, all that. I think Jaguar. They have that lighting now.
It looks good.
My
Dude,
wife's
our
car's got
when
Durango
it, when
has
it
that.
belongs
Really?
there. Yeah, when it belongs there, it looks
Yeah.
great. But if it's in your 2003 Mercury Cougar, it doesn't look
Bro,
good.
doing the RGB color sweep, like all the colors in the
Oh,
rainbow sweeping
yeah.
as you're driving
Yeah,
down the
like
road.
you're driving a fucking gaming
Dude,
computer.
Dude,
It's
no,
so
it's just an acid trip. It's just an acid
Exactly.
trip.
Yeah. I had a buddy with what was Scion's like Cube or what the XD
Oh,
or
the
something.
XB, the
XB.
toasters.
XB or
Yep.
XD. We called it the mini fridge, and we actually made him laugh so hard he threw up. Don't know how that happened. And dude, this thing was riced out. Every part of the interior was like rattle can spray painted, and not even like a decent color. It was like Ford blue,
Fuck.
like that. The engine that's over there, it
I
was
fuck
that.
with it.
It was that blue.
I absolutely fuck with it.
And dude, his headliner. You know how like
The
when
star headliner.
you know, yeah, no, but you know how when people wear like do rags and stuff, and their hair gets like all
Oh
wavy.
no.
Oh yeah.
It was that in the headliner.
Bro, that was just part of the aesthetics, okay? He made it like that, okay?
It was the worst car I've ever been. A lot of room.
The
Probably smelled like
2000s are
sweat and
proud.
regret.
Yeah, a lot of room. That thing was spacious.
Like
Do you
enough
remember the
space for,
sound
like,
systems that they were putting those like
Well, I know
'Cause it's a
Toyota was doing.
box.
I know Toyota was doing JBL, but I don't think Scion came with them, did they?
Oh, this is an aftermarket thing.
Oh, okay.
So because of just the way it was shaped, there was so much room for opportunities.
Activities.
And so they got some crazy sound systems in these cars because they could build out the entire trunk, put 36 speakers in the back.
Oh yeah, like some
And-
Pimp My Ride shit.
Oh, yeah. And obviously, you could do that with a lot of cars, but the Scion XBs really had a place
Fucking
back then.
gangster for
Yeah.
that. Bro, that reminds me of the CRVs with the picnic tables.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And a
those
lot
are
of
really
people who
popular
own
now.
them didn't know.
Bro, the Chevy
Or,
Aztecs. The
Pontiac,
Aztec.
Pontiac
Oh,
Aztec.
no,
Pontiac,
those are
yeah.
the Pontiacs. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, the center console was a cooler that you could pull out of the car. And if you ever find one in the junkyard, they're always fucking taken. I think they're
Yeah.
like $400 or $500 on eBay right now.
You know
Easy.
those cars were way ahead of their time.
Dude, I would
They were
love to just
so-
have one.
You know, there was an
Oh,
optional
man.
tent that you could get with those.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about
Like
that.
the CRV had that pull-out table out of the back trunk hatch, whatever the hell you want to call it. The
The
Aztec,
boot.
Yeah.
the boot. The Aztec had a tent that like connected to the rest of the Aztec. You could camp in your car.
Dude, that is peak,
Which
peak
Pontiac,
automotive engineering.
which Pontiac knows the audience that the Aztec was sold to because
Walter White.
those cars were terrible and people lived in their cars.
You know, they were just teachers with cancer.
So if you're living in your
making
car,
meth.
find an Aztec. This is also an advice show, by the way.
Yeah, this is great.
But yeah,
It's better than
yeah,
our first
all those
podcast
modifications
episode.
are just fucking terrible.
Disclaimer,
Number
this might actually be our first
number
podcast.
5 actually was like you were talking with the Crown Vic. It's aftermarket body kits. Some of them look good, but when you do it poorly, it's the worst thing I've
Bro,
ever
as
seen.
soon as I see the name brand Dura, was it the Dura Trash or Dura
Yes.
whatever?
Dura junk.
Duraflex or something like that?
Duraflex, I think
that's
that's
what it is.
it.
Bro, I think of like, because you can go open the trash can in my lot, or in the front end here, and it literally has the same brand on the trash can lid, the plastic lids. So every time I see that, I'm like, oh, you're literally putting a trash can lid on your car.
That is so fitting.
It's so bad.
And the fitment is always terrible.
Oh, yeah, dude, you like spend $1 billion making the things work right because the molds are never right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
well,
Every
and of
time.
course there are exceptions to everything that we have listed here. I know
Rocket
not
Bunny.
every car, not every person, not everybody. There are people who spend thousands of dollars getting their body kit fit. There's some guy in Japan, I forget his name, but he was doing like an RX-7 or something. I watched a video on, and it was like,
You mean Han?
was that him? That sounds familiar.
Oh, I have no idea. I just think of wide body RX-7 and Tokyo Drift.
I don't know. His name was something.
Yeah, Han was. He's a fictional character.
It's
Anyway,
Sang-Kung or whatever.
A legend.
This guy was like
Hey,
an
if
actual
you're listening to
artist.
this Sang-Kung or Sung-Kung or however you say that, please come on the show. I would love to have you on the show.
But yeah, anyway, you know, if you spend enough money, like anything can look good. You spend enough money, anything can be fast. I know
Fake
it's not
tits.
everybody, but if you're doing it in your own garage and you scrape together all of your Arby's, you know, drive-through window salary and bought this body kit, probably doesn't look good. I don't care what your friends
You
say.
probably shouldn't
You know
be
what's
spending your
nice,
Arby's
though?
money on a body kit.
So I was shopping for R8s recently, and
Oh, you like to live dangerously, don't you?
I love to live dangerously. I'm not going to go further into that.
Yeah, we'll
but
leave
the
that
rotary chips.
We'll leave that there.
so a Liberty Walk wide body R8
Hmm.
actually goes for cheaper, as you might imagine,
Hmm.
than a stock one.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Dude, have you?
So the first time I saw one, I was like, "That is horrendous.
Oh, yeah.
I would never own that." And then it started to
They're so hard to look good.
weirdly grow on me.
Dude, have you seen the videos of, like people cutting up their fenders on Facebook Reels? Like you'll just be crossing along and like, oh, this guy's literally hacking up his fenders, and you're like, oh my god, like hurts your soul as you're doing it. And then they actually
Permanent
finish
damage.
it. Yeah, but then they finish it like, oh shit, it looks good.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm so mixed.
Or
on
like
these
yeah,
opinions.
or like those people that like
the
stick a
emotions.
baseball bat in their wheel well and like have the car
Roll it
drive
out.
forward
I'm
and
not
it
gonna
rolls
say
the-
I haven't done that
rolls
before.
the tires out. Yeah.
So my buddy's got he's got a farm out in New Jersey, and he has a Toyota Camry wagon,
Ooh.
and it has been
Ooh.
chopped into a Ute.
Oh, bro, I
Oh.
fuck with that.
And so he was like, "Hey, needs off-road tires.
Of course it does.
How are we gonna fit off-road tires?"
Yeah.
Chop the fenders.
Nothing-
Chop the
yeah,
fenders,
yeah,
little
nothing like a-
baseball bat,
Yes.
and next thing you know, it's got off-road wheels.
Nothing
This
like
thing is a rolling trough for the sheep.
a yeah.
Dude, I'm waiting for Peyton to cut his fenders on that Crown Vic and just put some mutters on that thing. I'm waiting for it.
I know,
Yeah.
it totally works as is, but if he's trying to push the
overdrive,
the
extra
envelope,
power, or
what do the-
whatever.
what do
no.
the
I
people say?
really think you should put paddles on that thing. Just drive around
Well,
the
yeah,
shit with
there's
paddles. You know how
yeah,
funny that would be?
There's
Just lift
nothing like
Crown
a
Vic.
front-wheel drive four-banger to go off-roading in.
Oh, it's rear.
Don't you hate?
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, no, the Crown Vic?
V8.
Oh, yeah. It's
No,
just-
not the Crown Vic. I'm talking about the Camry Ute
Oh,
that you put
the
off-road
Camry.
timers
Fuck
on.
yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
different story.
Front-wheel drive,
that thing
automatic.
is front-wheel
yeah.
drive. Yeah, it's living its life on the farm. It is a rolling trough.
It's
Dude,
hilarious.
if somebody
but
says you, I automatically think like the ISIS people with the big ass guns and the
Oh, I think
missile
I
launchers in the
think-
back of the Hilexes and shit. That's all I
yeah.
think.
I think Australia, like the Holden Maloo.
That's what I think of.
Yeah.
Dude, the Mazdas.
The Mazdas are
Dude,
cool.
there's one in town the orange one.
Yes.
Yeah, have you seen that? I know
It's
where.
a Mazda 6
Yeah, but it's a
conversion,
Yeah,
and it actually
seen it.
almost looks like a Holden. I
dude,
mean,
it looks fucking
it's-
legit.
It is the Mazda 6 front end
yeah.
body, and then it kind of molds into what looks like a S10 rear.
Dude, I love the fact this guy
It's
like
cool.
chose like Lamborghini orange for a color. Fuck
I
it,
tried to
fuck with
give
it.
him a thumbs up. He would not acknowledge my existence.
Dude, I
I was
hate
like,
that.
how do you drive a car like that and then not acknowledge people's
So,
existence?
That's a good conversation to decide. It's a line. It's like if you're driving a cool car and you're an asshole, like if I'm like, hey, I'm at the gas station, nice car, and you're like just fucking dick about it,
It amplifies your asshole.
go fuck yourself.
It makes
Yeah.
the
Dude, like,
asshole
there's
your
no-
grease.
dude, there's
yeah.
nothing more than I love is like if I see a clean car on the road, dude, I will literally roll a window down next to him, be like, yo, fucking sweet, thumbs up, I love this thing, and I love it when people do that to me too, like at a gas station or something,
Oh yeah.
like. Fuck yeah! Like
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
that.
it's
I had
fucking
like
that.
thank
awesome.
you, like fucking thank you.
Yeah.
But like if you're driving like a nice SLS or AMG or some shit like that, and then you just snarky or like,
Yeah, you're a snobby
Oh, dude,
piece
It
of
fuck
makes
shit.
you.
me like the car less.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I was like, fuck
yeah.
you, dude. Like I try to compliment you on a cool car and go fuck yourself.
So when I was driving into town with the Lightning and all the Corvettes,
Oh, dude, you were literally poverty in their minds.
no, but guess who got the thumbs up from the Silverado and none of the Corvettes?
Oh,
I had surrounded by all these pretty nice Corvettes, and this dude in the Silverado just rolls by, gives me a thumbs up, and just ignores all the Corvettes and keeps going.
See,
I
and
was like, glorious.
That's what I'm
day
talking
made.
about, dude. Because like this guy probably fucks. Like he knows
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah.
he's like, fuck yeah, this thing is like in the sea of boringness. This thing's fucking cool, and he's giving you the thumbs up on it, like that.
And I acknowledged it.
Bro, and that's fucking sweet. But if you're like that kind of guy who has a cool car,
Well, the car scene, it's a community thing.
It
Like
is,
you're
totally.
supposed to be cool. If someone doesn't know what they're looking at or wants to get into it, you're supposed to, introduce them to it.
I mean,
why is this cool?
we
you
just
know?
shit talk so many things, so
That's
they're probably
fine,
gonna hate on us.
but-
But whatever.
Yeah, but if we had a young person in here, I think it would be a
Dude,
little
bro.
more supportive.
Bro, you're like 12. Calm down.
What the fuck you mean? I can drink. Anyway, so
Dude, I was doing. I mean,
and I'm
in-
drinking
in-
right after this.
in Minecraft.
right
I was
now.
drinking at a much younger age.
Anyway, so back to the list. So number 4, before we get into the top 3, we're at number 4 here. Top 3, I'm going to have you guys guess on what's on the list.
I fucking suck at this. Is like playing
Number 4, and I don't necessarily agree with this, but it says tinted windows.
Oh,
Here
I
it's necessary, but I could hear an argument for like the
So-
0% shit.
shut the fuck up, because I know you're looking right at me.
So back in Pennsylvania, it was illegal. So
It's still illegal. Like what? California will pop it for you now, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So actually, yeah, California will pop it. I know technically Arizona is.
I mean, Arizona
but
is
It
just
depends
not
on the cop
so
you get.
enforced.
Yeah. Yeah. If
I
you've got a
rock-
cool cop,
dude. When you live in a state that's basically a microwave for a
You need it.
whole
Yeah, you
fucking
need
like
it.
100
And-
something days.
And that's why I prefaced
Yeah.
it with like I can hear an argument for it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, this
you
is
know.
probably geared to like people who like tint their windshields. I mean, I know y'all are looking at me,
Mm.
but like have it all blacked out. I know y'all are looking at me because some people just like we can't see in, safety this, safety that. Like
This sticker's
like-
inconvenient, but I sure do love Fig Newtons.
exactly.
Yeah, that's totally it.
But no, this probably goes along with the lines of like tinted taillights.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, let me just tint my taillights so I can
but,
see
like, I-
see
them-
less.
But I have smoked headlights, and I prefer that look though.
Yeah.
But
Smoked
you- but they
headlights
work
look better.
less.
They do.
But
yeah.
like, but the same thing to be said here is like, oh, you tint your windshield so you see less. Here's where I draw the line. Like,
But my dash isn't in 8 million pieces.
no, yeah, not to. The thing here is like, if you're stupid and put limo tint on your windshield, you deserve all the hate.
Oh
Okay?
yeah.
I
And I
used
think
to
this is reserved for those.
so because
people.
I used to do that and I was like, fuck this sucks at night. But then I started doing like 30% of my windshield. I'm like, this is better at night because 30% is the legal limit in most states. So like, if you can see out of your windows that are legal tint at night, you can see through a windshield at night, especially since there's lights in front of it. So that kind of is a moot point.
Yeah.
And the older I get at this point, I'm like, 50% on the windshield is kind of like my go-to now. Like 5% all the way around, limo, and then 50 on the windshield of the brow. That's like my recipe for like what I like. And at one point, it was literally like, fuck it, 5% all the way around, including the windshield. Fuck it.
Well,
and I hated it.
I did the same thing in my Ram, and I remember one night in Phoenix, I was making a left turn into a shopping complex, and thank God it was a lifted Ram, because I went over the median.
Pretty girls hit curbs.
Oh, yeah.
I looked through my
Oopsies.
driver's window, and I was like, oh,
Whoops.
blackness.
no one saw that? Keep
and
going.
all of a sudden, I hit something, and I saw where I was going through the windshield.
Yeah, hopefully that wasn't a person.
Yeah, it was just kind of like a little
Uh-oh.
boom, and
Oh, this
I-
is
Is there
good.
a park
I
nearby?
cleared it. I cleared it.
Is that a child?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
No children or homeless people were harmed.
Well,
in the making of that.
Well, and like I
That I know
prefer limo tint in like the backs of cars because our state is hotter than Shania Twain in the
Yeah.
90s. And you need it, or else your entire interiors you're gonna get
Yeah, you're
third-degree
getting
burns
cooked.
getting
Dude,
in there.
not even
you know?
that. If you have a small car with the amount of big fucking trucks and SUVs,
Or you have
around here
leather
with-
seats.
No, like a normal sized car with the amount of like lifted and leveled and fucking big ass SUVs around here and trucks that have like these 3,000 lights aimed right at your back window and mirror and all that
Yes.
shit.
Anyone
Limo
with a Dodge Ram.
basically, and their tow mirrors up all the time because they're not towing.
If you drive a Dodge Ram and I'm doing 15 over the speed limit and you're riding my ass,
That was me.
go to hell.
Dude, hey, you
go
might
to
as-
hell.
Hey, just pull his hair before.
It's okay.
Pull his hair while you're like just fucking him.
I have converted. I'm now gay and drive 2 Fords.
That's a fact.
Dodge Ram owners are way more.
He's also
homosexual.
liberal.
Not that being homosexual is wrong.
Have you ever met a Dodge Ram owner that doesn't have a DUI?
Or bro,
Oh,
or
yeah.
is like
or
super aggressive.
should have a DUI, maybe. Running over medians, blaming on window tint.
I won't mention
How many
names.
gin and tonic did you have that night, buddy?
For the record, this is in
I
Minecraft.
wasn't drunk. I was stoned.
It's all the same. We like to party.
Fuck it. I'm just waiting for the marijuana to come out and just dude.
Turn into a Joe
dude,
Rogan podcast.
Bro,
Oh,
check this
yeah.
out. So I have a customer and they're very religious. I'm not gonna name any names, but like the day she called, and I love her to death and her family.
She's a great lady.
But she's literally like going on just a spiel about a rant on this local shop doing some shoddy work. Surprise, surprise. And for the second time of her car being back there for the same issue that they didn't fix. Well, they fixed it, and now they're blaming it on something else, but it's the original issue that I've diagnosed. Anyways, she got so mad. She's like, I was going in there to get my car, and the youngest one was having a marijuana's. And I'm like,
How many weeds was he
bro,
smoking?
you know
How many marijuanas did
Bro,
you take today?
she said the word marijuana at least 3 more times in like a minute.
I would
And
have been
then-
crippled.
Dude, and then she topped it off. Kevin and I were sitting here. Kevin's my employee, and she was on speaker because she's talking to both of us, and she's like, to top it off, what upset me is he was the little helper bee. Talking about the kid doing the marijuanas that she picked the car up from.
Gotta love it.
I love people sometimes, you
Dude,
know.
she's such that whole family's so great.
Sweet lady.
Such
Super
a great
cool.
family. It caught me so off guard when
Purity
she
almost has like a charm to it.
said it was like she's like
Oh, yeah.
he was doing the marijuanas and he was a little helper bee, and I'm like, oh, that caught me 100%
Yeah.
off guard,
Smoking that jazz cabbage.
bro. The devil's lettuce,
Yeah. Devil's lettuce,
littering and
So can you
Littering
guys guess what the top 3 on this list are? If you had to guess
Wheels.
out of thin air. Wheels are on there, but can you guess which one?
Yeah, it is the hot air intake.
Mm.
It is
exhaust.
Yeah, just chopping out a muffler,
We've all done that.
and then, man, I feel like the other one is just something.
Stupid stickers?
Those are
Well,
yeah, those two.
so stickers are
No, but like the giant ones that would go in the
On the banners, dude. Oh, let me just.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Clean hands,
Yeah.
dirty money, or some stupid thing like
Yeah.
that.
That's fucking
Yeah.
stupid. I hate the common
Or
traffic one.
locally hated.
common
Common
Locally
traffic is a
hated, bro.
fucking abysmal, terrible sticker.
It's almost like you're dissing
Oh,
yourself with those.
My sweet Jesus Christ.
That is
So
the smooth brain thing.
So,
That's room temperature IQ.
I shit you not, and I'm gonna try and keep this as anonymous as possible, but it's gonna be hard. So I worked for a landscape company that's pretty close to the shop that we work at,
Yikes.
and our office lady, who had many DUIs and substance abuse problems.
Give her my card for insurance. I would love
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah,
premium.
shameless
Her
plug.
premiums are high. Anyway, her name was
Higher.
Her name was
Her, the premiums.
both. her name was stupid.
Is that an actual fake name? Or
No,
like a
that
real
was
name?
her, I think, legal name. That's what we knew her by.
Bro.
Anyway, so she.
So
had
we're gonna edit that out real quick, and her name's Jasmine.
Well, no, the name's important. She had a Mini Cooper, and she had I think she had. She had a certain shop. Edit that out. Bleep that.
Yeah, bleep that.
She had a certain shop create a custom decal for her rear glass, and the entire area of this glass, not a square inch was spared. It literally said "tearing it up"
Oh,
as her fucking name
my fuck.
on a stock Mini Cooper, and I had to look at that every
Was
morning.
it gray?
I don't know, some
It was
stupid
probably
color.
pink when it was done.
I don't know.
I had a Mini Cooper as I was coming up the road, coming in the X3, and this Mini Cooper
Did it have a
went to
tearing it up
do-
sticker on it?
I was more focused on the driving style
Mm.
and
The DUI style.
Questionable, you mean?
So Mini Cooper is a go-kart, big, wide road.
Oh, yeah.
Tried to make a kind of a U-turn on the road. Somehow couldn't,
I had the 3-point turn.
and I stop and I'm looking at her with unintentional disbelief.
Yeah.
And she sees me and gets angry. And I'm just
man.
even more in disbelief. I'm like, you're angry.
At me being
You couldn't
confused.
turn the go-kart around on the big wide street,
And I have to wait on
and
you.
now I'm waiting, but you now want me to go, but your driving style screams, I will run into you.
Smooth brain.
Tearing it up.
So I blew my mind. Absolutely blew my
that's-
mind.
oh,
And I
yeah.
continued on, but I'm like,
Dude, I
what just happened?
I hate to say it, but that's like 90% of the people in the general population of this area.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean,
Like-
this woman, substance abuse issues, and you looked at her and you're like, oh, hard drugs. And she,
Is that what you say when you look at me?
yeah, no,
No, he's more of a gin kind of guy.
I go father issues, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, tearing it up is absolutely abysmal, and I just wanted to bring attention to that because that's the worst thing I've ever seen. But no, none of that is on this list. Number 3, fake engine sounds.
Oh.
So,
Yo,
like whistle tips.
So
Yes.
y'all, you guys can't see my wife here. She's doing
Off
stuff.
screen.
Yeah, off screen, But she was watching a video last night of a Ford Explorer, an SD, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, it's pumping out fake engine sounds." The guy's like, "No, it's not." He's like, "Yeah, it is." He's like, "Drop me off the side of the road and take off like this." So he did, and it sounded completely different than what it did inside the car.
Oh, so that it plays on the speaker system.
Yeah, it does. And like the Mustangs did that
Wow.
like first. Like, well, I mean,
Well, I've
there
heard a
were-
lot of the electric
Yeah.
vehicles do that because you can't
Oh, yeah.
tell when they're on.
Have you seen the Hyundai?
Iconic.
Isn't
no,
it like
it's
the
like the N.
EQ64,
It's an
N64 or
N.
something?
Nintendo 64.
Let me find this.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and it is the best car Hyundai has ever made.
Yes.
Looking.
And honestly,
It is a phenomenal car.
It
If the
is-
person editing this isn't
I'm going to find the
completely
name.
incompetent, they'll put a picture up of it right
Yes.
Also,
It
if
is
you
a
have
gorgeous-
Hyundai,
Right
please
here.
Call me. I love the insurance premiums on Hyundais and Kias.
That's because they're throwaway cars.
Actually, the Kias don't call me. We can't
Bro,
insure those anymore.
Kia boys.
The Hyundais definitely call me. And a Tesla or WRXs. Those are good.
Oh yeah, especially if you got Direct, give him a call.
If you beat your girlfriend and just got your first car, give this guy a call.
Brand new WRX.
Because all of those cars
is
you just
more-
named are boyfriends that just beat the shit out of you.
You sound like you're talking from experience.
Maybe a little bit.
Oh my fuck.
But a WRX is more to insure than the same year Corvette.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this. Yeah.
2022 C8
Well, that's a demographic.
and a 2022 WRX. The WRX, same owner, is
Oh, I
getting
fuck with
charged
that.
more on that WRX.
It's
than the C8.
$73,000.
Oh,
For a
I
Hyundai?
was
Okay.
not talking about that one.
For a fucking Hyundai?
Hyundai Ioniq 5N. So this thing is. So I don't like electric cars, but I would enjoy driving one of these because it is so arcadey, and they have actually pumped in so much fraudulent sounds and like.
Oh yeah.
They have actually
Fraudulent
taken.
sounds.
They have taken the.
That's the name of the
EV
podcast.
Transmission. They've taken the EV transmission and actually created like shift points and stuff
okay.
like that.
It goes,
So
Yeah, to make it feel like you've shipped.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched a track. They took it on a track. It was a who did it? It was
Motor Trend.
was it
Edmunds.
Motortrend?
Car Throttle or some shit like that.
Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on their name.
Whomever.
But,
Squirrel.
Whoever.
So incredible. I watched it to hate on it, and I left like when the
I'm
whole
gonna go buy
video
one
ended.
next.
I was like, I would actually enjoy this. I wouldn't buy one, but respect it.
So,
don't say
I
that because you might
actually-
actually buy it if
I
you
actually
drive it.
respect it.
Well, so that's
It's an
actually
EV.
that's actually not the EV Hyundai that I was talking about. Hyundai came out, and this is a very limited
Oh,
car.
dude,
I think they're
I
only
absolutely
they're
fuck with
only
this
they're
thing.
the
the only
DeLorean looking one.
yeah that one.
Oh,
And I'm sure it has the fake engine noises, and
You're gonna get-
it's electric as well.
whoever's editing this, put a
Yeah.
picture of this
but
car right there.
this is one of the best looking cars that have been
Yeah.
made in the last 10 years.
Dude, that thing's fucking
15
sick.
years?
Dude, that's some cyberpunk.
Were you following?
shit.
Were you guys following this car at all when it started?
I followed it when it was a concept.
Yeah.
They were supposed to release it. This is what I remember. They were supposed to release it, and then all of a sudden there was all this hype and build up, and then they were like, "No, we're not
Not
actually
gonna
going
happen.
to do it."
Yeah.
I don't know where it stands now.
Well, I actually do. They're only making 100 models, and they're supposed to be capable of almost 800 horsepower.
Fuck.
Yeah, they're hot.
Sign me the
So
fuck
you know
up.
these
They're only making 100 of them.
the Ioniq 5s. Those are like 600 horsepower.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, electric vehicles can cook. We're kind of getting off
Oh,
track
yeah.
from
No,
the
no,
list
so-
here, but
Shameless. Well, I'm not shameless, but we'll go into another podcast about my tenure with a couple of Chevy electric cars.
Yeah, we'll talk EVs
Yeah.
another day.
Yeah, we will.
That's
Because
a
I'll go
podcast
on
for
a
another day.
tangent on
We've
that.
been talking for an hour and 20 minutes now.
I'm sick.
Anyway, yeah, so fake engine noises. That's number 3. Number 2, it just says big wheels, but I'm going to say
Spinners.
oversized rims for what you need. Yeah.
Blades on the Impala.
Yeah, shit that looks like fucking dog bowls. I hate those.
Oh, bro, have you seen the Michelin Man wheels?
Yeah. Those are
Apparently
cool.
those things are so expensive.
Well, and they were real, yeah.
Or like the Dick wheels. I would totally
seen
buy a
those,
set of Dick
yeah.
wheels and throw them like on a Miata or something.
Well, those are 90s, but I'm talking like the way oversized, like the super chrome,
bro,
like start
bro,
a fire.
no. Like
rims.
I have like a true hatred for like off-road wheels that like have like this off-road fake beadlock thing, but they're street
yeah,
wheels and they're all
those are annoying.
flat and flashy.
Yeah,
like
the rubber
like,
bands with bead
bro,
locks
bro,
on
it's like pick a side. Like
Yeah.
either you're gonna go
Yeah.
off-road or you're
Yeah,
you're
like
gonna
the-
be like a street car.
the
Like
big,
come on,
the big lifted Duramaxes and Power Strokes that'll never see
Bro,
a
the
dirt road in
Carolina
their
SWAT
life.
trucks.
Yeah,
I
those
saw
are
a
bad.
Tooted.
Jeep Wrangler the other day with
no.
tires about that thick,
Downtown one.
and they it was black.
Remember the one downtown near my office? The white one that's
Oh, the Gladiator.
Oh,
This thing
gross.
is.
Did it
I
have-
hate the
Did it
Gladiator.
have the red wheels on it?
No, this is black wheels, but they're massive. They are massive black wheels.
Oh,
Yes, we're talking like as thin as the
I,
Audis.
dude, I
yeah,
bet you anything
and
else.
that's and that's a Jeep that's never going to see a dirt road.
It's an
And if
e-torque
it
Jeep.
did, it would.
But the rims are
Bad things would
stupid.
happen.
Yeah, and putting 35s on an off-road rig,
Bro, I mean,
no.
you would hate me because when I built my Crown Vic and put like 35s on the fucking thing, it was the epitome of just fuck around.
And do you have those
But
rims on it now?
They weren't.
Oh, it's
rubber
long gone.
bands.
Yeah,
They
and that's
weren't
how they
rubber
should
bands.
stay.
Nah, that was long gone. We did that. We took that thing on Jeep trails and had like Jeep people being like, "What the fuck is it doing?"
Talking about like I think 26s versus 35s, but 35s are like off road. 26s are like.
Well, you gonna get on the mic and talk here?
Yeah. Well, he's
You can kind of hear him in the background.
so
He's what?
so the
Could you do that one more time again for the
35s
camera?
are the off-road wheels, right? And then you got like 26s.
Dude,
26.
Dude, and 35s are small by today's like off-road
Hey,
wheels
make
standards.
him a gin. He's more. It's gonna be even funnier.
Fuck, how
for
many drinks are you guys in? Because I'm over here like fucking, I'm sober as shit.
We're still talking all the drink.
for today or for like the last hour?
Like,
I mean, we can do longer than an hour. We're already at an hour 20.
fuck it, dude. If we go to 2 hours, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we're still going. We
I
still
have
got
a
more
wife
shit on the
and
list.
A child I have to get back to at some point.
Oh.
But okay, what's number one? We're at number one.
All right. Well, do you guys want to guess what number one is?
Dildos?
I still think it's got to be those stupid eBay intakes that just scoop it in hot air.
What do you guess number one is, Nelson?
Oh, bro, it's got to be those fake eBay turbos that you put in front of the air filter housing.
The tornadoes.
Oh, yeah.
That was a '90s thing.
Yes.
eBay '90s thing.
Yeah. We'll let Nelson come back for number one.
Oh, you're killing us.
Let's talk about some honorable mentions. Those turbo. That's not number one, but those are annoying too.
Bro.
I had bought one in high school, and we installed it during like lunch or something on a buddy's car.
Bro, the
And
turbo
then we
whistlers.
forgot about it, and then like
Yeah, that you clip
a
on your
year
exhaust.
later, we went to go do something in the car. We took his intake apart.
Like,
We're
what
like,
the fuck?
oh yeah, we put that on there like a year ago.
Dude,
Yeah, it was.
the turbo whistlers, though.
Yeah.
I remember
So
like
annoying.
I bought a couple of those just to fuck around and put them on different coworkers' cars.
Yeah.
And they're like, why is that sound coming from my car now? And they drove around it for like a week or two.
I've never heard one of those in person.
Like they actually like, if you didn't know any better, you're like, what the fuck is this annoyance? But we also did install a cowbell underneath somebody's truck that
There's
we
a
really didn't like.
GT in that case, by the way. We're not. We should talk about that.
Well, there's all kinds of cool stuff in that case, and behind me, and this nice V8 grill that actually functions
that is.
as a actual propane grill that we use quite a bit in here to grill.
Well, it would be a shitty grill if it didn't function, huh?
Yeah, I mean the smoke comes out of the stacks here, the little zoomies. It's pretty much an actual 350 engine. It leaks like one. It leaks like a Chevy motor does.
I could see that.
I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's got a catch pan under it for how much it leaks. Shameless plug. I sell these things. They're like $880 plus tax shipped here. So, and it's like IKEA furniture. You got to really read the instructions, put them together. But we can get these here in the shop.
Well, you build real fucking motors, so
Yeah, we do a lot
the
of
grill
that too.
isn't really too far away from that.
You'd be surprised at what happens after a couple drinks and trying to put an IKEA grill together.
Yeah, I mean, so much stupid shit happens when you're a kid, and I think that's where a lot of like these bad aftermarket mods, end up lying because, I mean, you don't know better. I was painting racing stripes on fucking
can we talk
four-cylinder
about
Camry.
like that the black ice drug dealer car smell trees?
Oh yeah, the little happy trees.
Yeah.
Oh, those are awful.
The
All right.
felony fours hanging from people's rear view mirrors.
Best smelling happy trees. Mine, I'm not sure. Mine's probably the pine.
I
Royal
had
pine.
black
Bubblegum.
ice in all my cars.
So did my
drug
dad.
dealer move. I mean,
And then
you're
I turned
Pennsylvania.
18.
My dad growing up had a lot of black ice. My dad growing up had a lot of black guys in his truck.
What happened? You remember those little JDM smelly things?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
I was big into the JDM scene, so I missed a lot of the racing stuff. And I went
Dude.
right to like ordering cargo containers with all the front clips off the Preludes and
yeah.
the Type R's.
Do you remember in the JDM scene, like we're talking like 10, 12 years ago with, EDM dubstep was a big thing. They would have like the oil slick stickers. Like you looked at it one
Oh,
way and it was
yeah.
like one color and you looked at it the other way and it was like
Yeah,
a
I've seen
different
those.
color. Man. dude, I
10 years
remember
ago,
that.
I was already out of the JDM scene. This would have been like early 2000s.
Right when Tokyo Drift came out.
Probably,
Oh, yeah.
probably prior to that.
What, you like 2?
But that's a whole.
Yeah, but I've seen Tokyo Drift.
the JDM, like the 90s, the late 90s and very early 2000s JDM scene. That's like a whole podcast.
Oh, dude.
Oh, great. They
Oh,
were
absolutely.
huge, yeah.
We're going to talk
Yeah.
about
And we
things
talked
like
about
the
the
Zoco
3000
pipes and
GT
stuff.
for a little bit.
They were the cup holders that were JDM cup holders everyone wanted. You paid $200 for a freaking JDM cup
Dude,
holder.
the pillows,
the fog lights.
the fucking the window shades on the VIP cars.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah, they
VIP
closed
was
for
a
you.
whole other
You guys
thing.
remember the seatbelts that would like come across the track?
Yes.
Oh, I
Of the
fucking hated
window.
those. They decapitate you if you weren't paying attention.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
perfected those in the 92.
Yeah. Well, and we can
Did
get
you
to
have those
and-
in your 335?
I actually did have those in my 335. So it's a little different. They actually pushed them up to you. It didn't come overhead like some of those other ones did. They actually work pretty well, and they carried on into the 435. They get a lot of hate. I never experienced them being bad. I don't know how they get off track or.
So I had a 1993 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe that was an absolute disaster. Like No brakes,
Yeah, the really
no
the
bumper.
really boxy ones.
Dude, like, no, I love that Generation 90 Thunderbirds. As the boys know.
I always thought
You don't
those.
see them very often.
Yeah,
but
but-
for a reason.
Yeah, but we're going to make a cool
But-
one here soon, so
yeah.
hush.
Sure, but the front grill's always bothered me with those.
Yeah,
'cause the airflow doesn't look like it would
yeah,
work. 'Cause the whole
that-
grill's
that's a
just
whole nother
I
plastic
like
tangent I
that
could
it
get on.
blows my mind though. I'm like, how does it
cool
breathe
itself?
How does
Yeah.
it get cooled?
And I mean, it just sucks it up from the
They're-
road underneath. But
Yeah.
Very 90s.
still, looking
But
at it, you're like, ugh.
from 1989 when they were first made to 1993 before they had the body update, an interior update.
to the worst Thunderbird that has ever existed,
Oh,
and the
no.
reason why they're dead now.
That
That super bubbly round one.
No, because that
The-
wasn't until the 2000s.
Yeah, but that
So
was the
we're-
gen right after, right?
Yeah, that was but they had 2 refreshes within
Oh,
89
okay.
to 97. But I don't know how many. I owned so many of these Thunderbirds at one point. Like probably like 15 of them. I love these things. I still have one, but the early model ones always failed in the most inconvenient places with a stupid seatbelt buckles to stick. So they would literally stick right in the way of you getting your head in and out of that doorway. And I don't know
Nice.
how many times, dude, I would hit my head on it, and I'm like, fuck. And then I'd like sit there, and I'm like just angry at myself because I'm like, I knew this is a problem. Why am I dealing with it now? I'm like, I should just take it out. I went through that whole dilemma.
Yeah. Well, and we can get into JDMs for an entire fucking episode, but number one is actually fake spoilers and wings
Oh my
on
gosh.
cars that don't fucking need them.
I
There's a
am surprised
Camaro.
that hasn't come up yet.
Bro, there's a Camaro white one. It's a V6 that roams around the area with like the little shark fins on the back glass on the roof and like this
Oh.
fucking Tokyo Drift wing on it that does not fit
Okay.
it.
Quick side comment: louvers in the rear window.
Oh, gross.
Stupid.
Gross.
They looked good in the early '80s on cars that already had them from the factory. I think the 50 Mustang looked good with them for a little bit.
Yeah, but, like-
Lamborghinis had them.
Like if you try to put that on like a Scat Pack or like a
Yeah.
Challenger now, disgusting.
yeah.
Or Mustang.
The Civic Type R, not the current gen, but the gen before, the really crazy one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that one gets a pass. I actually detailed one the other day.
it's on
and
thin
it
ice.
Worked.
It's on thin ice. Some of
you
them
know,
look
it's a-
okay.
I'll give it a
Controversial
pass.
car.
I'll give it a pass.
Yeah.
Just because most
it's
of them
it's
are
on
manual.
thin ice, but I will because it came like that though. But anyway, fake spoilers. How much horsepower are you really getting out of your stock Civic Auto?
Fucking all of the gas mileage goes down because now there's unintentional drag.
Yeah, and how much horsepower? How much downforce are you getting on your fucking Infiniti G35?
Oh, bro, don't get me
Your
started on the
stupid,
VQ
your
boys.
stupid fucking Genesis, whatever the fuck.
Oh,
Get that off your car.
We could do
Genesis,
an entire
Infinity.
podcast on
VQs.
VQs.
I-
Oh man.
Oh,
hate
Your
them.
straight pipe VQ
Man.
sounds like ass.
And the VQ people and the Hyundai Genesis are guilty of everything we've just talked about in this podcast.
100%.
Ultima
Every
people.
one
it's,
of them.
It's almost like it's it's not almost like it just because it is. It is an entry level car.
They
so
are cheap. They
a
are
lot
cheap.
of young people get into VQs, moddable, relatively reliable. They do have somewhat acceptable performance, but
I have nothing against people trying to get into the car scene as cheap as possible because, that's how we all ended up here.
totally.
However, you grow out of it for a reason. There's a reason we can look back on all this stuff and think, boy, that sucked. Because
Yeah.
you grow
Fuck,
up
dude,
and you
you're
realize,
not
oh,
wrong.
this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Get this shit off my car. I'm just going to Walmart.
Bro, that's me with like sound systems nowadays. I'm like, oh, I would fucking love to have a couple 12s and something. And then I'm like, I really just like how quiet my drive to work is in the
Yeah.
mornings with no noise.
I put 10s in my truck because that's enough.
Bro, but your truck's loud as shit.
8s. I put 8s in it. 2 8s.
Yeah, to drown out that exhaust
Plenty.
noise.
Yeah.
Going back to the louvers real quick. I don't know. I guess I kind of agree with it, but I don't know if you guys remember the LP 670 SV.
Oh, absolutely. That
Factory
was fucking
louvers,
sweet,
but they
though.
did it with the glass.
Dude, but that
So it's glass louvers that actually cools
Yeah,
the
but
engine.
That's
it's
fucking-
a Lamborghini.
that's
Like,
a
it was-
functional
it was- It was
louver.
made
it is a
for that.
Lamborghini,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Bro, that's
so they can't screw that up.
Yeah,
that
it's-
fucks though. Those
But
SVs,
those
dream
were,
car.
yeah,
Dream car
The
right there.
LP 670 SV with those glass louvers. Whenever
Especially
it
that
says
color.
louver to me, my
Lamborghini
mind
did
just
it right.
instantly goes to
Fuck,
that.
dude. I
Yeah.
want one of those so bad, and I hope I get to a point in life where I can literally afford a 670 SV.
Yeah, they're classics. I mean, Lamborghini really did it right, but that's not who we're talking about.
Oh,
We're talking about people who like just spent their entire paycheck from I don't know working at a golf course to put louvers on their fucking. I don't
just
know,
had like flashes of people I know.
2000, yeah, 2003.
He's like calling them out.
Yeah, 2003 V6 Ford Mustang.
Oh no, you know exactly which one we're talking about. We had that one come in the
I had
shop.
buddies with that car.
Raph, I got a question for you.
Oh no.
What does it take to get your business card on your wall of business cards twice? And actually only one of them up there. So how much money does someone have to spend consistently? How many cars do you own that are here?
So here we go.
Oh, God.
Just 2. One's just parked out front. It's currently running. Yeah.
At some point.
The supercharger pulley maybe makes a little bit of squeaking when it's cold, but then once it warms
Don't
up,
talk
it
about
goes
that.
away, so no problem.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, it's not a problem until the belt comes
Yeah,
off.
it's an
Bro,
issue.
just
Yeah, it's an
turn the
issue
music
until-
up louder like most people do.
Oh, I
I
can't
do
hear it
that.
over the. Well, that's actually another problem.
My wheel bearings are
the
bad.
sound
I just-
system. I
yeah.
think one of my connections is loose because the subwoofer keeps coming in and out. But
Popping.
That's a me problem. Yeah, I got the entire supercharger rebuilt, and for whatever reason, when you get a supercharger rebuilt, they don't actually replace the bearing on the front with the pulley.
So let me just put this out there. To be fair, we don't know what was done for a supercharger rebuild on this thing, other than another shop did it.
I believe I have the paperwork. It was sent off.
Okay, but again, you just don't know until you ask these things. This goes back to the very beginning of this podcast was you have to ask these things
True.
because you don't know. And those Eaton early Ford blowers
Do your
were
research,
like
yeah.
they were a hot mess for snout blower or snout bearings and couplers just be an issue. And same thing with the bearings at the back of the case, which are an absolute nightmare to service. But again, who knows who serviced it?
Yeah, and I also have a smaller pulley, the size of the actual. So
Yeah.
that actually puts more stress onto the bearings, I guess, from what I understand.
This is a good conversation to have here because if you own a supercharged car and you put a smaller pulley on it, you can only get so small before the thing is an actual heat gun.
Yes.
And you're overdriving it, it's a heat pump. So
Yes.
that's some things people don't understand. Oh yeah, I put a 5% smaller pulley, but a 10% smaller crankshaft. No, that's not how this works. The more heat you're creating, the more inefficient it is. And it's the same thing when you do like my car's running 10 pounds of boost, and all of a sudden I did an exhaust on it in a cold air, and it's now only running 8. Well, yeah, because now the boost is much more efficient, making the same amount of power at 10 pounds, which is now doing it at 8 pounds. It's noticeable. Now the same power you're making at 10 pounds is now being made at 8.
Yeah.
So that's a good tech tip for you people out there. And really, you got to look into these things before you do that to a supercharger and tuning. Because there is a really good way to blow up a truck or a car if you put too small of a pulley on it and it makes it a heat pump.
Yes.
But that's another episode, I think.
Oh, dude, I can
go-
go.
we-
I
we-
can
we'll
go
do
all
a
day
performance
long.
I know.
We'll do a turbo and supercharger day or something.
Yeah.
like
Oh
that.
yeah, I've already got plenty of ideas.
So-
but
Gentlemen,
Yeah,
has anything
we're-
changed since last week? Since we tried to record our first podcast that failed kind of miserably, and
How did
now
that
this
go?
is our first podcast.
I think this one's going really well.
It went swimmingly.
I mean, we've been recording for an hour and 40 fucking minutes.
Yeah,
so-
but no, anything new? Anything new since last week? Since we did our failed
Location?
fail? I mean, this is a much better
Well-
spot for us now.
Same building, different table.
we'll get it worked out.
I thought this was more like at home and cozy because
Totally.
I got so tired of sitting on those stools last week. I was
That's
like, oh, this
fair.
is miserable.
You know what? We need a giant VIP insurance
Oh,
poster right there.
shameless plug.
Yeah.
No, but so let's dive into that real quick since we're an hour and 45 minutes into this so far. Jason, what is your background? What do you do for business? Since we're with the exception of Joe here, the three of us over here, Nelson, Jason, and myself are all business owners. Jason, what do you do? What is your background in business?
I would start also from the beginning because it will give perspective as to
Oh yeah, why you're in the cars, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how far back to the beginning?
I mean,
Birth.
just
February
just
20th.
summarize.
Birth. When were you conceived?
1989,
Oh damn,
2:22 p.m.
dude, you're like as old
Well-
as my older brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I want to be reminded of that. I want to be reminded. I'm still bussing.
What's your social security number?
689
Whoa. Okay.
45. Oh, you can try.
Yeah.
2162.
909.
Go for it.
We're gonna have to edit that out.
Don't edit it
No,
out.
don't edit it out.
Yeah,
Leave
we'll
that
clip
there.
out.
that. We'll post
Hey,
that.
Try
Joseph,
to use
shut
that
your whore
and
mouth.
then
Yeah.
see who knocks on your door.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What three-letter agency?
Ooh. Spooky.
So, I'm currently, and probably for the long-term future, in insurance, auto and home, which covers kind of commercial companies as well. There.
Just throw this out there. He is my insurance agent for my personal stuff. Phenomenal. He, as the great Trump would say, the best, the very best. It's huge savings, huge coverage. It's the best, and it's the very best.
We do.
They're eating the dogs.
You need to do
I saw
a
it.
lot more of that.
I saw it.
You need to do a lot more of that.
I was talking to my staff. They came to me. They said they're eating the dogs. I said I'd never heard of that. That's ridiculous. And they won't mention it. They won't say a thing. Not me.
Can we
Not me.
do
I
An entire
I say what
podcast
needs to be
where he
said.
talks like Trump.
Oh, dude, don't get him started on his British accent.
$100 for an entire night of you speaking like Trump.
Oh, he'll do it. He'll do
I
the
want
British
him to
accent.
be Trump Shane Gillis, though.
Bro, hear me
Yes.
out.
I'll paint my
Have
face
it,
orange.
can you show the audience and these boys here your British accent?
It's not that good.
No. But
Let's close
no.
on that.
No. But like
That would be a great closer.
he nails it so well. Oh, let's do our backgrounds real quick. But
Well, you guys
we'll
already did
close it
yours.
off on that.
I sell insurance and I like cars, and these are my friends. And I like gin,
Yeah,
which I mostly
Alcohol.
drink while they
And
talk.
I drink to handle my problems.
That's not true. My problems are handled by my drinking.
and holes in the drywall.
No. Maybe from like the
And my wife's black
Hot Wheel
eyes.
car. No, that's true. I'm not going to deny that.
Bro, that's the thing. We should get our wives in on the podcast at some point
Oh,
and just
God,
talk shit
no.
on us.
No.
We should.
No.
I think people
I
love
And
it.
4 people
I
would
don't need a
listen to it.
podcast for my wife to do that every single day, so I'm okay. I'll skip that one. I think you should end the podcast talking like Trump.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
Either in a British accent or Trump. End it. Go.
Trump doing a British accent.
So hold
Yes,
on. Hey,
yes.
let's
I wouldn't even know how to figure that out.
So
I
I already
gotta
did my
workshop that
introduction
one.
this earlier. You got yours. Let's do Nelson real quick, and then we'll close it off on that.
Yeah, I spoke briefly about my detailing business. I did not originally.
The best detailer.
The best I've ever worked with. He's a sensational car detailer.
I would like to think so.
Wrong.
No, he's.
You think you're better?
Wrong.
Wrong.
You're fired.
Fired. Well, I'm the only employee, so.
So I use Jason for my insurance, and I use Nelson specifically for any of my cars and any customer cars. To
And
give
he
you an
uses
idea.
me for cheap illegal labor.
I do actually.
Nice.
Crazy how that works out.
Yeah. In a world full of OSHA violations. Go ahead,
So
Nelson.
I started in. I went from streaming car racing games
we all
into where I made pretty much no money. I
That'll happen.
had a relatively good following for the game I was playing, which was
Forza.
the Crew 2, actually.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
no
I
way.
was one of-
I haven't
I-
heard of that one in a while.
From what I understand, I was one of the bigger Crew 2 streamers, yet there wasn't many Crew 2 streamers.
I mean, that game was kind of boring to me. So like,
Wait, how big is big?
I
you
loved
know?
it. I loved that game. It was so arcadey.
dude, you can never find somebody who
Let's-
there's nobody in the middle of it. Like, you either like it or hate it.
I cannot stand anything but like Forza Motorsport or Gran Turismo, like a serious sim, with the exception of
Whack.
the crew.
You don't like those games?
I can't stand them. No, I just like the racing, like the track racing games.
He likes to like the serious
I
racing,
can't
not like
do
fuck around
Forza
arcadey.
Horizon.
You
It's
don't like
stupid.
open world?
No,
I prefer it.
I like
just,
GTA.
It's fake. It's fake to me, and I want to be in a racetrack with my sim.
But you don't want to just go around and kill people and prostitutes and
That is a
Steal
different
money?
game, I think.
No.
Different
That's
aspects.
GTA.
Yeah, different
But the
things.
Crew 2, I think, is one of the greatest racing games out there. I mean, hands down, it was genuinely fun. But it was a different perspective. Like Forza Horizon was like, you're a race car driver, but you're going to try really hard and pretend like you like crappy music. Whereas the Crew 2 was just relaxing and fun, and
So-
you're open world the whole time. And
Before
it was
we get
cool.
lost again, we're gonna have to do a whole podcast on video games because the
Oh,
three
yeah.
of
Yeah,
us
that's
over
another
here. I
one.
don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
about Joe. 'Cause
Oh, I
don't
play
get
them
much
all the
into it.
time.
But like the three of us over here are fucking nerds when it comes to video games.
Oh yeah.
Like fucking nerds.
Dude, this guy's got me into the original World of Warcraft today.
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
liking
Yeah.
it.
I never
I'm
played
like, oh my
that,
god,
the-
what the heck?
I never played the
I'm loving
MMOs.
it.
Dude, next thing you know, we're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons on the podcast. Just
Oh,
watch.
I'd be here for that.
Just watch.
I'd be here for that. I've never played like the MMOs. They were never interesting to me.
Skyrim.
So
Skyrim was good.
I will just briefly say Dungeons and Dragons is cripplingly nerdy. But oh my god, once you get into
yeah.
it,
Oh, bro.
it is so fun.
100%.
But anyway, back to the
I'm a
Crew 2.
wizard.
So the Crew 2 is where I kind of started my...
And you're like, damn, I want to wash seats.
And I was like, you know what would be fun?
Cleaning
Extracting
steering
shit
wheels.
out of
Yeah.
seats. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Like cleaning lotion off of steering wheels is
Oh,
awesome.
God.
Let's do that instead.
God, I want to clean a fucking bench seat right now.
You know what's
Ugh.
funny?
This game's getting me fired up.
We're saying this and joking, but now I want to actually do that. It's weird.
There you go.
The next
So I-
podcast is
I
gonna
have
be over
found
here
my
fucking
calling,
cleaning the
perhaps.
seats.
There you go.
Yeah, right there. Right there. Yeah.
That needs extraction and shampooing.
I'm so sorry my fucking dog used that as his bed all of last weekend.
Extraction and shampooing. PNS carpet bomber. Give it a layer of that. Come over with the extractor. Just spray it down. Get it nice and wet, and then come in and suck it all out.
Suck.
Oh yeah. Let's
Said
let's,
wet,
let's clip
come,
that.
and suck within like 5
Suck it.
seconds.
Bro,
Suck it
suck with
all
4
out.
C's.
And now we're demonetized.
Just suck it out.
So yeah, I started my business ventures with because I was in school for ever, and I never cared.
What'd you go to school
ever.
for?
I went to many schools. So I
All of
went to high school,
Huge.
Oh really?
and then that I actually graduated from. And then I decided, hey, college would be cool, right?
What was it-
because
what'd you major in?
everyone's forcing me to do that. I actually I majored in English because I didn't care
oh, yeah.
what I was there for.
Was it-
I
yeah.
partied.
How'd that go?
Oh, bro.
I majored in partying, and
Fuck yeah.
I excelled. I did a great job at partying. I actually almost got in trouble with my fraternity because I maybe partied too hard and encouraged. Anyway,
No.
I left that college.
He actually
after,
has Diddy's number right now.
Oh, and lotion.
My frat had no lube involved. It was all dry.
Yeah, it was all baby
Anyway,
oil.
Yeah, no, it was just dry. And so I started at one college. I went back home and started at my community college because I was like, I don't care enough to go to, full blown college.
Yeah.
And
Diet
I did that
college.
for a little bit, and I don't think I passed a single class there because I just didn't care once again.
Good.
And then I was like, you know what? Time to move to Arizona. And
Which
I
is
actually
a
moved
natural evolution of thought.
totally. When you fail at college anywhere,
Move
you
to
just go to
Arizona.
Arizona and
Yeah.
you fail at college there, and it's
Our,
more fun.
Our
Or you
college
just go-
here, ASU, is just where you get HPV.
Yeah.
Like it's not even an education thing. You
Oh,
just
yeah,
get,
no.
yeah, you just get herpes.
Yeah,
Go to
totally.
Ohio and talk about Ohio and make songs about Ohio.
So I moved out to Arizona to go to motorcycle tech school, which actually was probably the most education that I have gained willingly.
Do you have a
And-
degree in any of this?
I do.
Oh, okay.
So I went to MMI, motorcycle tech school. So you actually pick your brand when you're in there, and
What'd you go with?
I went with Kawasaki.
I'm a Honda man.
So I went with
always think of cows with
Kawasaki
socks.
because they had the widest range of vehicles.
Sure.
So Kawasaki,
Yeah, the
you would
Ranger
have
all the way to the KX, whatever the fuck.
dirt
Nine-
bikes,
yeah,
street
quads.
bikes, cruisers, side by sides, even
Like farm vehicles
jet
and
skis,
shit,
like
yeah.
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, they did have a lot.
So that's why I picked that. Looking back, I'm almost like, damn, I wish I did like Harley and some other stuff too, but I would have never used it except for my personal
Yeah.
stuff.
Lay her down, boss.
Well,
Crank
Harley's-
her up.
yeah.
Crank her up.
Yeah.
And God bless.
Harleys are like Corvettes, only dads have them.
They are. I had a Dyna for a while, and I love that bike, but my
I-
God, did it actually suck.
Had to
Yeah.
lay her
Look,
down.
it was beautiful, and my wife was actually upset that I
Big
sold it
ol'
because she
hog.
was like, "You look so good on that," and I'm like, "You know what? I do, but
Get
like,
your motor
dude,
running.
man, does this thing suck?"
Dude, I almost bought a plate frame for my truck that literally said "Had to lay her down, Haas, damn Clibbins."
So that was my schooling that went well. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't want to leave Arizona. So let's go to ASU and continue my
And party hard, baby. Let's go.
party hard and burn money, baby.
Yeah.
So my education
As you
fund
do.
continued to die.
Yeah.
My
buddy went to law school at ASU and doesn't know anything about law.
I am.
He got sexually assaulted
Positive.
by a black woman.
That's awesome.
She waited till he was drinking.
What?
Let's not clip that.
Anyway.
let's leave that alone.
Sexual assault aside,
the sexual
that's ASU's problem.
the sexual
Please,
assault podcast will be
close
coming in the
ASU.
future. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, I did that for a while, and then I had a blend of like ASU and Mesa Community College, which actually Mesa Community College is a great community college. It was better than some of the earlier schools that I was going to.
Better than Harvard?
It
I
was
didn't go to
actually
school.
better than ASU. In my opinion, there was better teachers at
Bro.
Mesa Community College than there was at ASU.
You have the entirety of the ASU hating us now.
they can
They're gonna fucking riot and
just
pitchforks outside.
they're just there.
They
to,
don't-
They're just there to party.
they don't know how to read.
care. I don't.
They don't know how to read.
Yeah, there's nobody at ASU who cares. Please, like if someone actually is at ASU and cares,
I think. Uh-oh. He doesn't want me to tell you. The government's trying to censor me. The Waste Management Golf Tournament, I think, is
technical
this working?
difficulties.
the Waste Man. I'm pretty sure your buddy that's a lawyer just
Is
got
not a lawyer. He's an EMT now. He went to school to be a lawyer, blew all of his money and scholarship, got touched by a black woman, and came home.
Did he go?
Which is a hell of a run, by the way, might I add.
I want to say something so bad.
Arizona.
In Arizona, yeah. It's like finding a unicorn. That doesn't happen here.
Joe, this is why we want to keep you on this podcast.
Well, yeah.
You're staying on the
Yeah,
podcast.
I'd happy to be here, yeah.
This is also why we're not going to be monetized.
Bro.
Oh,
This is
absolutely,
huge.
Absolutely
This is
not.
huge.
We'll cut that, too.
Look, if you would like to sponsor us, that would be great.
Yeah, we're looking for sponsors.
We will probably not post this to YouTube because they will send the feds after us.
Patreon. Patreon.
Patreon will be great.
Patreon coming up.
OnlyFans.
And, yeah,
We can
coming up.
continue to post to YouTube
We can say whatever we want
and
on
some
Patreon.
other places, but yeah,
Spotify.
Patreon. That's where it's at.
What's the new Twitter called again?
X.
X.
Ecstasy.
And does anyone call it that?
I don't know because I'm not an either one.
I've always said
But I
Twitter.
will get on X if we post this on X. It's probably
I
the
mean,
only place we
I
can.
will
I'm
too,
gonna
yeah.
post this as far as I can go.
This is
I'll
two-
message
this is-
Elon and
this
see
is
what
a
he
two-
says.
This is a 2-hour podcast.
I'm sure he'll get back to me.
I mean, bro, the Joe Rogan one's going for like 3 or 4 hours. Like,
Yeah, but they actually have
Commentates.
interesting shit to
This
say.
This
Fuck.
is more interesting.
this is
Yeah.
fucking great. This is a bunch of idiots in a shop.
There are a lot
talking
of those
shit.
podcasts.
I
but
think
yeah,
the car
agree.
world has been looking for this for a while.
Well, don't the
It-
donut guys have a podcast too?
They
A lot of the good ones
Yeah.
left.
Yeah,
though.
but they-
Donuts also in
shambles right now.
I heard they all just did too much cocaine and quit their jobs.
I don't know about cocaine, but they all fucking quit.
They
They're
all
like,
did.
we can make money.
but
on
here's
it.
the
They're
deal.
in Los
If-
Angeles. They were doing cocaine.
If somebody
There
actually
might be
wants
photos of the donut guys at a party doing cocaine.
With Diddy.
On
It's
my-
really weird. I've seen it. Diddy was there.
Diddy
and
was there?
it was
Lots
yeah,
of baby
it was-
oil.
It was before
All
everything
the
happened.
baby
the
oil.
best, the
Donut-
very best.
Donut, if you're watching this, buy the podcast.
So
We'll speak for you.
I will say this though: if somebody actually wants to come on the podcast with us and join us, I'm going to get another mic, or maybe even 2 at this rate. If you want to talk
well, they come in
cars,
packs
talk
of 3
shit,
for
or
some fucking reason. Get
you know,
3 of them.
whatever. But if somebody actually wants to come on the podcast, talk cars, talk shit,
Well, yeah, and I think we all
give
know interesting
advice,
people.
and kind of road down this road that we're pretty much going at this point, please reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, High Country Performance. Just reach out and we'll see about get you on here if you want to
Yeah.
really party with us.
Do you guys want to plug anything before we get out of here?
Story.
Oh yeah.
Because I just keep
Yeah,
going
well, fuck
on
you,
and
Nick.
on
Oh,
about
yeah.
partying in college and black girls and anyway.
that's the college experience,
So
dude.
it didn't happen to me. So
I wish it happened to
unfortunately,
me.
but just kidding, it did. So yeah, I went from just kind of dancing around college to next thing I know, I'm a streamer on Twitch for a car racing game, as I said. And that bled into me like, you know what? I should really get into like something in the car
Cup
world.
holders.
So, so
And an
I-
attraction to cup holders. It's
Yeah.
just something about cup holders and leather.
So through a family member, I got a job at a private kind of dealer custom shop for. They mainly focused on like Hemi swapping Jeeps and stuff like that. So like Hellcat swap Gladiators, this and that. And I went in there and I'm like, you know what? Like I'll get some training and like I'll kind of learn some more. I've been working on my own vehicles for years and years. Not like my early dirt bikes with the nails. I've evolved. But truthfully, I wasn't really the best tech ever. I really I took a while on a lot of things. And I quickly realized, and I think my boss also realized pretty quickly, like I maybe wasn't tech material. And I was working next to
You just
a
wasn't down
detail
with the
bay.
clown.
So
You
some
know?
people are made for it, and others, it takes some time.
Yeah, and I enjoy
that's
working
true.
on stuff, but it's not necessarily my thing.
Forte.
Well, and like
My forte.
I pulled my first engine when I was 13 out of a 1979 Dodge Power Wagon.
And that's a sign.
Yeah,
That is a sign. That's
yeah.
a rite
You
of
know?
passage.
For
That's
sure.
That's a rite of
Because I didn't have the balls to pull an engine.
At the time, I was like, "Fuck it, let's see what happens."
Yeah.
And
Where's all these nuts and bolts?
and
go
way to
to?
be.
yeah, and
So-
that truck doesn't run anymore, but I still did it.
But hey, you got to start somewhere. So I had a detail bay. There was a glass divider. So it
For the
was
dealership?
No.
Okay, different job.
Yeah, I
Okay,
probably shouldn't say. I want him to thrive.
we'll keep it anonymous.
So there's a glass divider detailing on one side with paint protection film, vinyl, tint,
UV
in
coating and
another,
shit like that,
and like
yeah.
this room that was like it sucked
Spandex.
all the air out of it, so it was like perfect air, no dust. And then I was on the other side with just wrenching and the dirty stuff, even though it was a very clean shop. And I did my thing in there, and I tried, and I was always looking over at the detail bay, like, damn, that looks.
Dude, it was calling to you the whole time.
It was
It's like,
it was
come to me,
actually
Nelson.
calling
come
to me. The coolest person at that job was the PPF guy,
Was
and
he stoned?
what
Was he stoned?
he actually wasn't.
Oh,
Weirdly enough, I may have been, but no, just kidding.
never.
Never. I hate the marijuana. Anyway,
Marijuana's bad.
I would look over there and I'm like, damn, like that looks pretty good. And I have been detailing my own cars before this job for years, and I just kind of did it as like a car guy's practice.
At
you
what
know?
point does cleaning become detailing, though?
That's the thing. So I didn't quite realize I was detailing.
You were just
When the
being
price
goes
really-
above $100.
Yeah, really
until someone,
intricate
I think
cleaning.
someone mentioned it to me, and they were like, "Oh, so you were detailing it?" And I was like, "Well, shit, I guess I was." I was buying a lot of old motorcycles. One of the biggest standout ones was the 1986 Honda Helix that I bought. I bought it for $400. It was insanely clapped, and it needed a lot of love. But I detailed it. I brought all the black plastic back to life. I polished the entire like exterior. It still had some blemishes, but it was kind of like the patina on it. I rebuilt it. I did all this stuff, and I was like, you know what? That went really well. So let's move on. I got a BMW ZHP.
There you go.
Clapped 200K miles.
Yeah, just flipping bikes. Were
And-
you selling them or you were holding on to them?
So I would hold on to them, enjoy them for a little bit, and then sell them.
Okay.
So I didn't make money on.
So you weren't
well,
exactly flipping them. You were kind of just
I
buying and
flipped
selling as you needed
We-
it.
sort
can
of.
go on
So
a
my
whole
issue was
podcast.
I fell in love with what I was supposed to flip.
That
Yeah,
happens.
I've been guilty of that.
That'll happen.
So the ZHP I lost a lot of money on because I brought it fully back to life with the
Yeah.
best parts possible. The Honda Helix, I actually did make $1,000 on it.
Nice.
I brought it from a $400 piece of crap that you'd find in a junkyard to actually something you could show off.
Yeah, like a
and be-
roadworthy bike. Yeah.
It was very respectful. I actually had more people compliment that Honda Helix than my $26,000 Dyna,
Yeah.
So
which I lost $10,000
I'll
on.
tell you this much.
Yeah, you did.
Nelson and I are really big into like scooters and Vespas and stuff like that. So that's
That's an entire other podcast.
That's a whole nother day.
because
That's another
I am-
day.
I am as well.
But that's what carried me into detailing, and I had people telling me for years, kind of be like, you know what, just start a detailing business for cars.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it didn't quite grab, because I think I was more worried that it was like a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And once I started, I was like, no, this is definitely it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and everyone's always like, oh, don't make your hobbies your job.
totally.
Like cars, I'm pulling engines at 13. Like it was always something I was interested in. Watching the British Top Gear, watching, playing all the video games.
Yeah.
And, I would, in my free time, I would watch mechanics on YouTube just fix shit. I watched a lot of the classic cars and stuff like that.
Vice-Grip Garage.
I still watch Vice-Grip Garage.
I love
Yeah.
Vice-Grip Garage.
Vice-Grip Garage is actually why I'm sitting here like
Dude,
doing this
Roadkill.
job today.
That's
Roadkill.
awesome.
Roadkill's
I've
really
been watching
good
him
too.
for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
It just
My
just
wife
super
hates his
nice.
accent.
So,
but
anyways, your company name is,
Coachworks Mobile Detailing LLC.
and you will find him just about anywhere in the Prescott area, Prescott Valley area, Chino area, just about anywhere in this area.
You
just
can look.
gotta
You can
look.
Google.
You gotta just look for the red Ford Lightning that looks like it's from the Fast and the
Towing a
Furious.
He
Driving
is
around.
white privilege approved as well. I do use them myself, so.
It's same here.
He's good.
He tells all of our customer cars and all of our personal
I've
cars.
recommended a few people that are going to get a hold of you here pretty soon.
So,
I
so
appreciate
the
it.
big thing is it's really hard to find a good detailer, let alone when somebody that actually gives a shit. And Nelson's one of those guys who does a good job.
it's the same as mechanics.
He's very fair with his pricing, and he does a damn good
damn
job.
good job, dude.
Like,
I've seen
it's
his
you
work.
Get
Yeah.
your money's worth.
It looks great.
Yeah, like zero problem.
I could never do it. I don't want to scrape people's fucking Dr. Pepper off their fucking cup holder. And dude, so there was quick little tangent before we take off out of here, but customer cars are some of the worst fucking things I've ever had to be in. There was a guy. I worked.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
No idea.
I've
yet.
worked. I've
Give
worked
yourself
for.
another decade in this industry.
I've worked for the same landscape company that is near the shop, really close to the shop.
Can you stop saying that? Because they're going to come sue us, okay?
I welcome it. Anyway, there was this guy that he would like chew tobacco all the time, and he wouldn't like spit into a cup or like a bottle or anything. He would just spit at the dash.
Well, dude, it's a company car. Nobody cares. It's like a rental.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck. There was this one guy. He would eat wings and just toss them in the back. No trash, no nothing, just right on the fucking fabric seats.
I like
They had the rubber mat floors, so those were easier to pressure wash
I
out.
like that
But
little,
dude,
flip you
the
just did.
cloth seats, they came. It was a Chevy. It came stock gray. They were black. Yeah. Take care of your fucking cars.
Nelson's over here like, I got to clean this thing now.
You would want to burn it down. It's more worth the insurance money.
I was in the service 2007, I think. I got into detailing?
No, just the service for cars. and
Just
stuff.
in general service. So
You said the
see-
service. I was like, "Are you fucking veteran or what the hell's going
No,
on
like
here?"
service advisor, right?
Oh, okay.
From 07 and then on and off because that's what service advisors do.
No joke.
Yeah.
Or they just turn it on in their own business like most techs do.
Thank God I got into insurance. God, I can't stand service advising. And then I did do detailing myself on a saw lot detailing, ironically enough. But
That was a good story.
So Jason has like this
I
very
guess,
big hatred for like anything to do with like customer service
Yeah.
and cars.
yeah,
Customer service as a whole is just terrible.
Yeah, just
We're
service
gonna be here
advisors,
way too
I
long.
feel so bad for you. You have a tough job. No one appreciates you. The techs don't like you. Techs
I
hate
don't like you.
Joe doesn't like you.
That's something else entirely.
Yeah. Don't if you're listening to this and you're in service advising, get out. If you're listening to this and you're thinking about getting into service advising, don't do it.
So I'm
If
gonna
you're
play the
listening to this
devil's
and thinking
advocate
about
on
becoming
this.
A mechanic, don't do it either.
I've had
So-
nothing but a good experience.
I was about to say-
and everyone keeps telling me you're gonna hate it, and I haven't
You know, you're
yet.
gonna have the good and bad days, but in
Oh, yeah.
Jason's way, he just got soiled, and literally he did it for too long. He just got soiled by how bad people can be.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, in my own business, I have some customers that are absolutely amazing, and I will do anything for them. Nelson's
There's
a
a
really good
reason
friend.
why you're in a business for yourself, though, not working for a dealer.
Exactly.
but for every good
now,
customer-
that's where I can bridge that line of if you're an absolute asshole of a customer, you're getting the fuck out of here, and you're probably going to get served with something from my lawyer saying to stay away.
Well, and the
Because
assholes.
I've had to do that this year a couple times already.
The assholes outnumber the good ones 20-1.
Yeah, but the really good customers
They're
that
phenomenal,
literally like
yeah.
will make you family or treat you like family, you know.
You go above and beyond.
Dude,
for 'em.
life hack here for anybody listening. If you want to get further ahead with your own mechanic,
This is
your
true.
own local shop, your own advisor you trust in, bring them gifts. You'd be surprised how much more receptive they are. Like if you bring them a coffee. I have a customer who stopped by today who normally brings us like Method coffee.
Drop a pizza off.
A pizza. Yeah, I've literally had a bunch of customers drop pizzas. And it's like, we're not asking for these things, but it's such a nice gesture. Like, hey, you've worked on my car for years. You've taken care of me. The least I can do is get you a pizza or something. Sometimes I'll bring beer.
That's nice, yeah.
It's stuff like that. If you really want to expand, like, how you're treated by a dealership, an auto shop, a detailer, an insurance agent, it doesn't matter. The more human you are with people and the nicer you treat them is going to get you so much further than being an absolute asshole.
Absolutely.
Do we have a fucking life lesson for this podcast?
We do.
Oh my
do.
God.
Don't be a fucking asshole
It's like
to
an episode-
whoever
yeah.
you're doing business with. It's as simple as that. And don't fucking scam them,
It's
because
like a
I'm so
guy-
tired of
yeah.
that shit for this month. Don't scam people.
It's like a goddamn episode of Blue's Clues in this bitch.
Yeah, if you're scamming, just
Or if you're literally just genuinely
Hello?
in the dumps, or
Hello, I am calling about your car's extended warranty.
no, but here
It is a good thing we are not releasing
here's
this
a good way to
podcast.
just put this podcast before you become Trump and British.
No.
Don't be an asshole.
I am calling about your car's extended warranty.
Fuck off. I'm gonna
Ma'am?
I'm gonna
Ma'am?
turn your mic down here right quick.
Whoa.
That's
drop
right.
lights
That's right.
and
That's
fight.
right.
That's a little far.
That's right. To end this, just if you're a customer or you work with somebody you truly trust and are genuine with, do little things of appreciation. It'll get you very far. Be very easy with them. If something goes wrong with your car while it's getting serviced, it's not the tech's fault most of the time. It just shit happens. If you're getting your car detailed and they notice a rip or something, it's not their fault. It's shit happens. Life is so full of shit that the nicest thing you can do, and it costs you nothing, is to be nice. Be a genuine person. Like, take the time to be a decent fucking human to whoever's on the other side that has to deal with your problems. Would you yell at your doctor? Exactly. Also, asking for discounts from friends. I'm going to throw that in there. If your friend owns a business, don't fucking ask for discounts. You want to support them. You want to see them succeed. You don't ask for this shit. Just be... If you're not asking for Michael Kors discounts, but you're asking your friends for discounts, don't be doing that. Like, support their business. Support local,
your friend will most likely give you some form of discount anyway.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even me and my friends, we have this ongoing thing of, don't worry about it. I know you'll get the next one.
Exactly.
So because I got this one, don't worry about it.
So I think the life lesson here is
Take care of
it doesn't matter what it is. Just take care of each other. Like, be a decent fucking human to people.
it's
It
easy.
costs you nothing to be nice. If it costs you $1 or $2 to get them pizza or like coffee or something, that'll go so much further in their day than you even know, and they're gonna remember that. So next time you come in,
And-
you're gonna get priority on something.
And they're going to see little shit here and there that they won't even tell you about, and they'll take care of it.
Yeah, literally. Like, I don't know how many times we just fix people's shit because
Yeah.
it's so small.
It's easy for us, and the air compressor's on.
Yeah, that was it.
I
So
think,
all right, let's.
There's the bell.
Yeah.
There's the bell. All right.
Take it away, English
I,
Trump.
see, you put me on the spot for this shit.
Just do the fucking.
We'll walk away.
You put me on the spot for all this shit all the time. You always say,
Go back to your fucking
fucking
pub.
dance monkey, dance. You fucking do the English accent for us. It's fucking ridiculous. You say, you dance monkey, do the accent. Make us laugh a little bit. You know what I mean? I can't fucking stand it because you're just like, be funny. I don't know how to be funny. You say, do the accent. Prick.
And that right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week on another podcast. Thank you for listening.